All right, Showboating Sports, guys. It's your man, Scott Free here, man. We are going to rock and roll tonight. You guys see the name, the title, Loma versus Haney and Shakur Stevenson. So what's going on now is that they are talking about Loma and Haney right now are into negotiations. But just in case that negotiation doesn't work, Shakur is on standby because we don't think he's going to be fighting Pitbull Cruz. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to get in there and mix things up and talk all about it. So before we get started and go any further, we are going to let some people start rolling up here in this camp. And let everybody start coming on in. So if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share if you will, if you don't mind, and be a part of this circus that we getting down about. But like I said, we're going to let everybody start rolling up in here. Also, we're going to have the phone lines up and going. And what's up, League of Legacies? What's going on? Salute, Clint Eastwood. Glad you guys can roll up in here. You guys see the title tonight. Right now, we're going to take a quick little second so that way we can go ahead and get this Bluetooth thing, get this phone line open on up and have this thing rocking and ready for that. Hold on, guys. Let me do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. Hold on. Get this thing up and going. So what do you guys think about that that's going down, man? You guys think that this Pitbull Cruz is going to go ahead and fight? All right, there we go. There we go. Y'all think Pitbull Cruz is going to go ahead and fight Shakur Stevenson? They said they don't think he's going to do that. But the phone lines are open. We ready to rock and roll in case anybody want to call in. The numbers scrolling across the top of the screen. It's going and here we go. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Anthony Johnson, salute, man. Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Man, so Loma, Chanko, and Devin Haney are supposed to be in there in negotiations, right? But you have Shakur Stevenson on the outside looking in, and like Clint Eastwood said, that Bob Arum is saying that he don't think that Cruz is going to fight. So that's the word on the street, is that Cruz might not take a fight. But Cruz people were over at the WBC convention the other day, and they know what was on the table, right? And I don't think that they saw any kind of protest at that point, but at that point, it didn't seem like they was against the fight. But maybe when they went back and thought about it, Bob thinks he might want to go another route and try to fight for a vacant belt or something like that before he wants to face Shakur Stevenson. Bob also said that he thinks that it's a good idea that Cruz doesn't fight Shakur Stevenson. He said a lot of people, nobody really wants to fight Shakur Stevenson, and really Bob is really being truthful with that. I can't agree with Bob on this. Not a lot I agree with Bob on, but that's one of the things that I do agree with Bob with. I ain't gonna say a lot. There's some things I do agree with Bob with because Bob is a wise old man, and he tells it like it is. Sometimes he's a little too brutally honest. Then sometimes, when he's pumping his fighters up, he's got to do what he got to do to protect that bag. So we totally understand that with Bobby on that. So actually, like I was going to say, is that Bob said that. So what I think he may do is he's going to see if Loma's going to take that fight. And I think another thing is because Bob's a little tricky, right? So imagine this. If Loma doesn't want to work, it doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. So let's say Loma said he might need a little bit more time. Remember, he said that when Devin was exited out of the ring after his last fight. Let's say Loma says I'm on another fight in between, right? So what Bob Arum probably will do is he probably doesn't want Shakur Stevenson to fight Cruz, which he knows he'll probably beat Cruz, but he probably wants to see if this Loma and Devin Haney thing can work out. And if not, he can make Devin versus Shakur Stevenson because that still would be up under his umbrella. So if one of those guys lose, he is still under there. And he probably thinks that Shakur Stevenson has a really good chance at beating Devin Haney. So that's one of the reasons why I say Bob is saying that Cruz might not want it. Plus, Bob's telling the truth, because Bob is definitely sharp at 90 years old. And so let's say if Cruz does not make that fight, hopefully they probably won't. Or what Bob will do is kind of delay that fight if he can, just to see what Loma's going to do versus Devin Haney. Because if Loma decides he needs another fight, Devin's not going to keep sticking around for that. Not going to happen. So they can only hold Devin for so long. But if he can make this fight with Shakur Stevenson, make it a real good offer to Devin Haney, maybe Devin Haney will take that fight and still do Lomachenko right after that. Because Bob really wants Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney. Because he always looks out for Lomachenko. And that's his better than Muhammad Ali guy. So that's what he's gonna be pushing for. So Pitbull Cruz, I'm not saying that I don't think, and to be honest, um, Pitbull Cruz is not ready for Shakur Stevenson. Everybody knows that, right? Um, it'd be another moral victory if that. But I don't think that they really want to put him in there with that because they don't need him to take another loss. That's going to be an obvious loss. So why not let him go take another belt, get a vacant belt, keep building the stock up and making money off of him. And because if he takes another loss, he got beat by Tank, then gets beat by Shakur, depending on how bad the loss is with Shakur. If it's a dominant performance, it's going to really hurt um, Cruz's value. And they're not into hurting those guys' value when they're that young like that. Some people go a little too far with it, like Oscar. Oscar's going way too far with that, and so is Floyd. They're all going way too far with that. They're all just chasing the bag right now. And at some point, I think they're all at the crossroads where that bag is going to start dropping because people are tired of seeing the same old stuff over and over and over again. They're tired of that crap, man. So Ryan Garcia, and I've talked highly of Ryan. Ryan is one of my fighters that I really like, and I think the kid has a lot of potential, right? I'm not saying he beats everybody at 135 or he's my very favorite fighter at 135, but I do like Ryan a whole lot. I think Ryan has all the skills that takes. I think Ryan has the personality. Ryan's out of the ring. He doesn't have that many issues. I think his marketability is really good, and they can make a lot of money off Ryan Garcia. So I do understand De La Hoya's hesitation for that because he no longer has Canelo. But the problem with De La Hoya is he doesn't have long-term with any of his fighters because I don't think De La Hoya knows how to treat fighters well over a long period of time. Ryan's been telling him over and over and over again, I want a big fight. And he's looking at all the bag and stuff that he can get. Also, De La Hoya was supposed to come out and say something about Errol Spence and stuff, right? That was going to be one of the biggest things. And Earl Spence, and a lot of people showing him that he had Earl Spence, he had all those guys, but he didn't market them right. He wasn't trying to help them fight. And so that's been one of those issues ever since that email came out about it was some racial slurs in his email. And so a lot of fighters, black fighters, don't really go to Golden Boy because they feel like Golden Boy is not going to move them well. A lot of fighters were saying that about Bob Arum too. I think that Al Heyman is more of a melting pot, and most of his fighters, you don't see it's any racial discrimination over there at PBC. They don't play that shit over at PBC. And I take my hat off to him for that because this is a sport. And I think as much as you can, you got to leave uh, those kind of things out of it. But those are a big influence on boxing. And they always have the white fighter against the black fighter, a Mexican fighter against the black fighter, and so on and so forth. And because it's marketable and they make a lot of money off of it, which is cool from a business standpoint, you're capitalizing off of what goes on in every neighborhood, just about. That a lot of it goes on. Not everybody feels that way, but it's a lot in the neighborhood. But at the end of the day, it's still a sport, and it should be treated as a sport. And the best should fight the best. Clint Eastwood said, Ryan's offense is good, but his defense is questionable. I agree with you 100% on that. His defense is questionable. He's got okay defense. He makes a lot of rookie mistakes because he hadn't been in there shaking it up with guys and keep stepping himself up. And that's one of the things that's going to get Ryan in trouble is because while Devin is still pursuing and fighting and going up, he's still learning. He's still doing all those things that it takes. Tank is too. They all growing. Teofimo Lopez is growing. So all these young guys are growing. And I just don't think Ryan is growing as fast as those guys because Ryan had a lot of layoffs. A lot of this back and forth. I don't know if it's really De La Hoya or him, but in a way now I'm starting to think it's a little bit more De La Hoya than it is Ryan Garcia. So Clint Eastwood said, what do you think about Loma not on the top pound for pound list? I don't think he should be on top pound for pound list, to be honest. Because he lost to Tio. Then he had a surgery, had another fight. And it's depending on where you putting him at on the list. If you put him in the top 10, no way. If you put him in I don't know, I mean, because I can think of a top 10 fighters that he shouldn't be ahead of. Shouldn't be ahead of anybody undisputed at all. He's never been undisputed. He lost. Yes, he had a shoulder injury. So, you know, you can take that in account for that. But him requesting the franchise belt and not fighting Devin is a strike against him. Him not going to go avenge his loss, that's a strike against him. The second one, I don't put that on Loma because T.O. didn't want that rematch and Loma did. So, Well, let me tell you this. The reason why ESPN removed Devin and added Loma, because Devin should have already been on or been undisputed. You know what I'm saying? You get a guy that beats one person and then he breaks into the top 10. Bivol is a good fighter. He really is. But Bivol still needs to show us what he can do with Better Biv. Because he was definitely bigger. I mean, he was definitely a better fighter that night than Canelo, because Canelo's been taking the easy route. Now with Ramirez, I thought Ramirez might be a better situation for him because I thought Ramirez had a little bit more he had a little bit more experience is what I was banking on, but his record was still, like they said, padded a little bit. But he had a lot of Cuban fighters on there, and the stuff just doesn't translate when you fighting some of these fighters over here on this side. So, and Mr. Betts, appreciate you rolling up in here, man. He said after Haney beats him, the false narrative regarding Loma will forever be destroyed. Yep. Yeah, it'll be over. Loma is good, but Loma is not great. Loma is not what they say he is. You know what I'm saying? Loma is not what they say he is. I mean, he came in, he got the WBO title shot right after. He took a loss, you know what I mean? And they're back on it. They even put him on ESPN as that he's never that he had an undefeated record when he had a loss on there. So it's one of those things they try to hype him up. It's market. It's about money with them, right? And ESPN has always favored the boxers over at Top Rank. And because they have a contract with Top Rank. So, of course, they're going to build those fighters up because they want those fighters bigger than life. Because when they put on an event, they want you to come up over. You know what I'm saying? They want you to come on over there and become part of those pay-per-views or those things. So it's all a build up. Bob is one thing that Bob does, and you have to give Bob credit. Bob comes from the era of Don King. Those guys know how to market a fighter, and those guys know how to put on a fight. They really do. They know how to blow a fighter up. They know how to build a fighter up like the best of them. You know what I'm saying? And so Don King is one of those guys, and Bob Arum as well, And Bob Arum has been around for so long, he's helped a lot of these guys out. He's got a lot of these people in his back pocket because he gave a lot of people a chance, and they returned the favor. Bob has a lot of power. Mr. Best said they should hop fighters from America that can actually have marketability. Right. This is the problem. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But this is the thing. Most people are trying to build these fighters that are worldwide fighters. So Bob Arum knows if you have a white fighter, it's going to appeal to more white people, especially over across the pond. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to make more money over those fighters, white fighters, than he will in his head a black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so used to saying black fighters and this and that. And then when you're talking about Mexican fighters as well, you're not going to just stop at black. You're going to say Mexican. Mexicans and blacks fighting each other. They have always promoted that. You know what I'm saying? In those fighters. So those are good things that they put out there that they know they're going to make money on. So at the end of the day, when they really want to get in those people's pocket across the pond and the average, those people that they're trying to market against. That's why they've always said they've tried to have a great white hype, because they know those guys right there are going to pull some money in, whether they can fight or not, So at the end of the day, what you're saying is correct. But think about it like this. You have a fighter like Bud Crawford who can flat out fight. But they didn't market him right. Bob didn't care about marketing him right. Bob once said black fighters are not marketable. He said that about Floyd Mayweather, which was a lie. He just doesn't know how to move those fighters accordingly. His mind doesn't work that way, because Floyd left his stable, went over with PBC, and showed you that he's made more money than any other fighter in history. So Bob Nim was wrong. Bob and them they don't put their money in Mexican, Black, Puerto Rican. They don't put their money in those fighters. Now, Canelo Alvarez is a little different. De La Hoya was different, right? But De La Hoya, De La Hoya is De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? De La Hoya was worldwide. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good fighter, and he had the look. De La Hoya was one of those fighters, and then so you look at it. Bob looks at like De La Hoya is a rarity almost, except for till Canelo came up. Then you had Floyd Mayweather is a rarity. Those two guys have earned more money than you wouldn't believe. And Floyd actually done something different and paved the way. And so what happened was Canelo followed right behind Floyd in Floyd's footsteps. And those guys made way more money than any other fighter in history. They just have. He was the golden boy. And that's why I say that about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Said Plant is white and they act like he don't exist because he from the hood. Yeah, that's why. That's why. I mean, and they do. The bad thing about boxing is there's still the great thing about boxing. And what I mean by that is you got black and white, and people see what they identify with, what they don't, and people pull for that. And that's what they market that stuff on. Yes, De La Hoya spoke both languages and could sell a fight. Hell yeah, De La Hoya could sell a fight. You know what I'm saying? Floyd could sell a fight. Floyd knew what the genius with Floyd was. He knew how much the rivalry between Mexicans and blacks were. He knew how marketable it was. He capitalized on that shit. Floyd became the villain. Floyd knew people wanted to see him lose, and that made him gross almost $1 billion. De La Hoya was the golden boy. He had that look. Women wanted him. He could fight. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't scared. He took on. Hey, De La Hoya, you got to give it to De La Hoya. De La Hoya brought the noise, man. He really did. And I see the same thing for Ryan. So I don't understand why De La Hoya doesn't push Ryan the same way he pushed himself. Because Ryan seemed like he has it in him. But we'll never know. But see, by this time, all those guys were mixing it up. Those guys was bringing it. They didn't give a damn about a loss. They didn't give a damn about none of that. Those guys wanted to fight. And they wanted to get paid, but they also wanted to fight equally. And you have companies that stepped in and they start saying, well, man, we're going to make more and more money. Once Floyd showed them he can make $300 million off a fight, that destroyed the whole boxing game. Because now $1 million, $10 million, $15 million is not enough. Everybody wants to see if they can make $100 million off one fight. That's the problem. People love a car wreck, but Floyd never crashed. Exactly. People I'm telling you, Floyd is the meaning of marketing because Floyd does not ride the fence. Floyd doesn't ride the fence. You know what I'm saying? Floyd got off the damn fence and he made you either love him or hate him. Either you want to see him get knocked out or you rooted for him to win. Or you just wanted to see what happened. But at any day of time, you want to see if he was going to take his first loss. The drop, salute, man. Salute. We're here just cooking on this, man. We're cooking on Loma versus Haney. And we're just talking about if they're going to make this happen. What we're thinking is, I don't 100% know if Loma wants Haney, the Haney fight. And I think what Bob Arum is thinking is that he'll keep Shakur Stevenson in the wings because he doesn't think that Shakur is going to fight Pitbull Cruz. Said that he knows Shakur wants that fight with Pitbull Cruz, but he doesn't think that Pitbull Cruz wants to fight with Shakur. And I think that's Bob kind of, not saying he's nervous or scared that Shakur beat Cruz, but I think what he wants to do is leave Shakur open. He's hoping Shakur be open just in case Loma and Devin don't make that fight. I know they're in negotiations, but if they can't get it, because the look in Loma's eye is that he didn't really want to rush in there and fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a pretty big guy, man. So I think Loma is like, well, And the thing about it is, Loma said he was having a hard time making the 130 weight. So we can say he's too small for that 135. But can you really say he's 135? He's too small because he was the one said he can't make the 130 weight any longer. He was having a hard time. That's what Loma said. He was having a hard time making 130. They asked him before, would he go down and fight Shakur Stevenson? He said, if he was undisputed, yeah, I might go down there and fight him. He said, but he don't have any interest down there because it's hard for him to make that 130 weight. And the thing about Loma's lean. Loma is lean. I mean, even when you see him in the ring at 135, he's all muscle. He's lean. He doesn't have a lot of fat to lose. So if he loses that, he's going to shrink muscle. So that's going to make him a little bit weak. He can't really afford to be weak at 130. So you can't say Devin, and Devin should be 140 right about now. But it ain't like it's an unfair advantage. Devin is clearly a bigger fighter. But Loma chose that, so he might as well jump on in there and fight. Especially with Polymonology saying, that he thinks Loma will dust Devin Haney. So hopefully they'll make that fight. But in just in case they don't, maybe Shakur beat her. But even Bivol says size doesn't matter. Size, most of the time it don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Most of the time. I mean, a really good fighter beats a really good smaller fighter, right? Smaller doesn't always say that you're going to definitely not get the victory. Floyd was a smaller fighter, and he schooled people, right? He schooled people. So he had enough heat in them gloves, even though his hands were brittle, to keep big punches off of him, to keep people respecting him. He kept Canelo to respect him. He made Maidana respect him. He made all them people respect him. A lot of people say Floyd can't punch, but Floyd sure in the hell can punch. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he knocked a lot of people out. He put you down. So it lets you know he's got some power. Even when Shane Mosley hit him and almost dropped him, Shane Mosley almost dropped Floyd. Floyd grabbed him and was going down. But then Floyd got in there, box, hit him a few times, and next thing you know, he was doing this. Shane Mosley was doing that. Nervous. It changed his whole look. Said he fought Canelo, and then a bigger guy in Zerto. Yeah, he did. He did. But Zerto is good, but he's not Better Biv. Now, if Bivol beats Better Biv, hey, man, I give him all the stripes, which I'm giving it to him now anyway. But everybody's questioning Zerto's record, right? He doesn't have the best record in the world. He doesn't. But I thought off experience at first, I thought Zerto might win. But when I did the fight breakdown and really went through all the people that he fought, I was like, okay. I thought maybe experience might take Zerto a little bit over. You know what I'm saying? But when I really broke it down, I did pick Bivol that Friday before the fight. Y'all remember it's on record. But Bivol's a good, solid fighter. He really is. But we'll see how he does with somebody like Better Biv. That's going to be the test. That is absolute the test right there. That's the absolute test. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is a little bigger, John Boo. Thanks, man. Appreciate the $10, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for the $10, John. Appreciate the love, man. It helps the channel grow, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, my guy. Said you made a good call. Yeah, I made a good call. Because before then, I didn't do a breakdown, Clint. I didn't make a breakdown with Zerto. I didn't. I was just like taking it hand in hand, just how you do. You just think about it. Okay, this guy's more experienced. I knew he had a lot more fighters than Bivol. I was like, Bivol is good. Him beating Canelo, he just beat Canelo with basic boxing fundamentals, right? So I was like, he's good, but can I say he's going to beat Ramirez? I don't know. But when I broke it down and I went through Ramirez's record and I looked at all the people he fought a lot of Cubans. He fought a guy across the pond who had some okay skills, okay boxing skills, and he did a good job. The guy did a good job against him. So that right there told me, I said, okay, Bivol, if he does exactly what he does to Canelo, and if he's a little bit aggressive and stands his ground and fires in there a little bit, he might take it. You know what I'm saying? But I did not think Bivol would walk Zerto down. I didn't. John, what's up, man? Shout out to my guy, C. Dewberry. Yeah, I don't know if C. Dewberry rolled up in here yet. Yeah, man. Haven't seen him. He roll up in here. Yeah, but Yeah, man, we were just going off about this next fight. But like I said, Bivol and Better Biv, I cannot wait to see that fight, man. That's the listen. Those are three good fights I cannot wait to see. I like to see Devin and Loma. I really would, but really, I'm more excited about the Better Biv and Bivol fight, the Plant and what's the name fight, Plant and Benavidez fight. Whoa, and and Fundora versus Tony Harrison. God, I can't wait to see that fight. I want to see what Tony Harrison is going to do with Stretch Armstrong, but I want to see what Stretch Armstrong going to do with a fighter that knows how to fight bigger fighters. You know what I mean? That knows how to fight on the inside, knows how to go on the outside and mix it up. You know what I'm saying? That's going to tell us everything we need to know about Fedora. Everything we need to know about Fedora. And that's why I can't wait to see that. Those are some good fights, you know? Can't wait to see that. So we got some pretty good fights going on. The Deontay Wilder and Ruiz fight, I'm all for that one too. I think Deontay beats Ruiz, knocks him out, but you never know. Ruiz can be surprising. He said, yeah, you hear about the new Thanksgiving craze? Duck stuff with a chicken is called the Bud Crawford bird. Hey, that's a good one, man. That's a good one, man. That is a good one, man. That's a good one, man. What's up, Will Peoples? What's up with you, man? Hey, they said for Thanksgiving they're gonna serve that duck and chicken, that Crawford duck and chicken. The Crawford bird, Bud Crawford bird, instead of to ducking. Yeah. Yo, Showboating was just watching Roy Jones' greatest hits. Oh, were you? Roy Jones was a beast. You remember, did you see where Roy Jones threw, what was it, a 70 punch combination? Yeah, Roy was the man, boy. I like the name Stretch Armstrong. Me too. Me too. Hey, Clint, I like Stretch Armstrong, dog. I think he should come out with some Stretch Armstrong stuff. Matter of fact, what he needs to do right now, while he's good and marketable, he needs to cut a deal and see if he can get the rights to Stretch Armstrong. Because people will buy that shirt and people will buy that toy with his face on it. That dude could make some money off of that. I need to tweet him and say that, man. That he needs to go get with Stretch Armstrongs and have his toy made with that and let people stretch him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he made Tony look. Yeah. Roy was different. Roy was different. But yeah, Clint, hey, listen, man. Y'all heard it here first. If he goes and does that, that dude can make some serious money, man. Imagine them Stretch Armstrong shirts. He could sell those, and he could sell the little dog with his face on it. So Stretch Armstrong would love to give him the rights to that, because that toy is old. I can see it right now. Little kid stretching the shit out of him. Just stretching him, pulling his head, pulling. They got to make it like the old toy. You remember the old toys? You could stretch that shit a mile long, man. That's what they got to do. They got to do that where you can stretch it. It won't be the same if they got some of them little punk toys, you know what I mean? Little crazy little toys if they just tear up. Now, it's got to be the kind you can stretch it halfway down the street. Yeah, I remember them, man. And every day we stretched them little Stretch Armstrong dolls. We tried to see if we could try to break them. Remember? You try to stretch them and pull them as hard as you could, and you couldn't break those things. Then finally, what they would do, they would finally tear that rubber tear, and that little red stuff start coming out, like little bubbles and stuff. Yeah, he need to do that, man. He needs to do that, man. We're gonna reach out to that dude. I'm gonna reach out to that dude on Instagram. I don't have now. Listen, don't get me wrong. I don't. He might not know who I am. Well, I know he doesn't know who I am. I don't even know if I even got any connections to get in touch with him. But I'm gonna shoot that shot and send it right to him, though. Might try to get in touch with his manager or something. Because you can always get to his managers through that for them appearances and stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm so excited what's coming up on the horizon about this boxing, man. I really am, man. But the biggest thing, like I said, is figuring out what they're going to do at 135. Because that's going to make a heck of a showdown at 135. But I wonder what happens since the WBC ordered that fight and Cruz backed out. So do they go to who's next? Hold on, let's see who's next. That's what we need to find out. Because forget about what Bob says. Let's see what the WBC. Let's try to see what the WBC gonna say. Y'all know what's funny? Y'all know what's funny? Have y'all noticed something? Every time we done talk to stuff on the show, the next day it's been coming out. We said about Shakur Stevenson. We said some other stuff. We've been saying a lot of stuff on this show, and it happens right after because I start looking at everybody else's stuff, cruising through YouTube and stuff. They talking about the stuff that we talked about the next day after we talked about it. It's been pretty crazy, man. We've been on top of it. We really been cooking, man. We've been ahead of the curve. Let's go down to 135. Because what's going to be happening next is the WBC is going to try to figure out where they're going to go to now. That if Cruz does it, they're going to figure out where they're going to go to because they got to have some kind of eliminator because they got to start generating this money, right? So you got 135, WBC. So it's Isaac Cruz, George Kambosos, Shakur Stevenson, right? So if he fights Lomachenko, Isaac Cruz goes. So Jojo Diaz or Zor, maybe Ivan Mendy, maybe him, because they got to move somebody up because Kambosos, I mean, he's not gonna get another shot at that belt right now. He's not. He's got to fight somebody and beat somebody. Shakur Stevenson beating George Kambosos doesn't give him any credit. George Kambosos wouldn't take that Shakur Stevenson fight. You know what I mean? Oh, Tank said he's still fighting Ryan. Oh, okay. So that keeps them off. But the WBC's got to make a move, man. They got to make a move. So their move was Isaac Cruz against Shakur Stevenson. So you got to think, if Lomachenko takes that fight with that, then you got Shakur Stevenson needs a dance partner. So it's either got to be Jojo Diaz. I don't know. You think Jermaine Ortiz or Zur Abdulville? Yeah, man. Some of these names, man, I just be tearing them up. Got to apologize to these cats. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, the WBC got to make a move, man. Shakur's got to fight somebody. He's got to fight somebody in that to be eliminator. You would think who they gonna get him to dance? Not unless they. I'm just looking at it from the WBC standpoint. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking from the WBC standpoint. Not saying there's nobody else out there to fight, but I'm just looking at it like that. You know, he could probably go over there and fight Gustavo. Nah, man, it ain't. Dude, let me tell y'all something, man. We are in a good position, man. Let me tell you why we all in a good position right now. Because these dudes are running out of other people to fight besides each other. They running out of people to fight, man. They really are. It ain't a whole lot of people out here that they can fight. It's not a whole lot. Dude, it's not. It's not. Gustavo is the IBF. Up under him, after the IBF, is number 2 is vacant. Then Lomachenko, Isaac Cruz, Shakur Stevenson, Michael Rivera. You know what I mean? So there you go. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. So we are all in a really good position. It's gonna go down. It's going down, man. I don't know which way the WBC will go. Only thing I can think of, WBC is gonna have to drop down and have him fight Zur Abdulville, however you pronounce it, Zur. Shakur Stevenson and him going to fight. Number 4 and number 5 got to fight. Kambosos won't fight because he needs a win first. Yeah, he definitely has to. He definitely has to because ain't nobody going to pay to see that. You know what I mean? He's going to have to come all the way up here. And listen, it would be stupid for him to go in there and fight. Let's say he goes in there. Let's say something happens to Shakur Stevenson and he had to go fight. George Kambosos had to fight somebody he could win, right? He beats that guy. Guess what? If Devin beats Loma, he got to fight Devin again. He can't beat Devin. He's not going to ever beat Devin. It's just not going to happen. What's up, Chris Trucker? What's up with you, fam? Yeah, man, we're here shaking and grooving about these fight orders again. and we're talking about Shakur Stevenson, they're saying that Cruz might not fight Shakur Stevenson. That's what Bob Arum seems to think. So if that's what he says is true, I'm thinking they'll hold Shakur Stevenson off. That's what Bob is trying to do. And let him wait in the wings just in case Loma and Devin don't work out. Because Loma, when he saw Devin in the ring, he was like, "Yeah, I need a little bit. I might need some more time, but I'll be ready." So if he said he needs some more time, Bob needs to give Devin a fight, because what Devin's gonna do is Devin's gonna go fight somebody else out and take a chance at losing those belts. And Bob don't want that to happen. Matter of fact, Bob is not gonna let that happen. Bob ain't gonna let them belts get out of there. It's not gonna happen. Because really, what PBC runs 140. Does PBC run 140 just about? They definitely got 147, 154. They definitely got that. They got 168. No. They ain't got 168. They ain't got 168. They about got 168 because Canelo's got the belts. So 168, Canelo's got the belts, but everybody else up there, all the other players are PBC. Plant, everybody else is PBC, just about. Said yes, PBC runs 140. 168 is Canelo. 160 is Triple G. Oh, and guess what? Triple G is Triple G ain't got no more fight left to him. He gonna do one more cash grab. He's out. And it won't be with Jamel. Won't be with Jamel Charlo. Triple G is not fighting Jamel Charlo. He's gonna get one more payday and he's out of there. He's hoping to figure out somebody he can fight and leave out on a win. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to leave on a loss. So if he can fight somebody and beat him, he's on his way out. So that's why I say 160 is really up in the air. 168, Canelo runs 168, but at the end of the day, after Canelo's hand surgery, the winner of Plant and Benavidez, Canelo's got to fight him. WBC said they're going to order that fight. They're going to order Canelo to fight that. And at the end of the day, Canelo is not beating Benavidez. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to beat Benavidez. It could happen, but I'm on Benavidez' side on that one. John Boo said Andre just dropped his belt and Triple G won't fight Charlo. So them belts will likely be brought back to Top Rank. Well, you guys yeah. You could be right about that. You really could be. You could be. It just depends on how it's out. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they are sitting there trying to figure out what they can do to make a move. Because I'm telling you right now, they're not gonna be slammed out in the what's the name? They're not, because Lara is up under Triple G. Triple G ain't gonna fight Lara. He's not gonna fight. I don't know. Triple G's almost done, man. John Boo said Cruz ain't afraid of Shakur. I don't think he is either. I don't think he's afraid of Shakur. Said Janebic Bob already said he ready to pay big money to Triple G for them belts. Well, if he do, Triple G might take that on his way out. Triple G versus Erizlandi Lara. Rambo Red, what's up with you? Yeah, it could happen. Do y'all think he'll take that one? He'll take it before he takes to Jamel. Oh, you said, or don't want the fight, you should say. He might want it. He might. I'm just going by what Bob said. Bob said he doesn't think he wants to fight. And I think that's wishful thinking for Bob. And like I said, the reason why I say I think it's wishful thinking is because I think Shakur is going to beat him. Bob knows that. But Bob doesn't want Shakur to be tied up, because if Devin and Loma fight is not negotiated, he needs Shakur to go be able to fight Devin. But Devin will be gone. He's a Triple G and Janebic or whoever, or however you spell his name, from the same country. Yeah, they are. Hey, man, listen, we know what you're saying. So, hey, I'm pronouncing it all wrong, but it's Janibek. But it's the same thing for me, man. Your spelling is correct, man, because we know exactly who you're talking about. Said Bob worried because Cruz got that puncher's chance. He does, but that puncher chance ain't gonna work with Shakur Stevenson. It's just not gonna happen. Shakur Stevenson, going back, Shakur Stevenson is the go-to guy when people really needs a really good fighter. Loma went to Shakur and used him as a sparring partner years ago when Shakur was young. Shakur has a lot, I mean a lot of skills, man. He really does. He said, yeah, I think Bob is just assuming because if I fought Tank, I'm fighting anybody. Man, listen. I'm telling you right now, Shakur will win that fight. Said Pitbull was supposed to fight Haney. Yeah, but he couldn't. But the thing about it is he had to stand in line because Haney had to fight Cambosis twice, and then on the next on the list is Loma. So he's got to take those 3 fights. Those are the 3 fights he's got to satisfy. He's already passed 2. He's got 1 more to go. He said, "Man, Cruz, a waking fighter. How do you train to fight a guy like Cruz? A puncher, a punch power, and that defense stance hard to train for. Nah, man, he'll get that with a jab. He'll get that with a jab. Cruz is a good fighter, man, but Shakur Stevenson is special, man. Shakur is special. He'll beat Cruz. Power is one thing, but a good fighter can neutralize that a little bit. Man, don't worry about that, man. We know where you are, man. Shh. Man, listen, it's all of us in here, man. We ain't trying to listen. It ain't no worse. Trust me, it ain't as bad as what Bud and them was doing on Twitter, man. You just typing fast is what happens. And sometimes when you type it, it auto corrects or it just does that. Yeah, don't worry about that. What's up, C. Dewberry? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. We're here just cooking about it. We're talking about Devin Haney versus Loma. They're negotiating about that fight. And we're talking about Shakur Stevenson fighting Pitbull Cruz. Bob Arum seems to think Pitbull Cruz doesn't want that fight. And me and Anthony been going back and forth a little bit up in here. And, Anthony and John and Chris, all of us going back and forth over it. And everybody's thinking about, it's wishful thinking on Bob. But, he said, Clint Eastwood said, I'll watch Devin and Shakur spar. Lets me know it would be a great match. It would be. Man, the problem is not the problem. He said awkward. So, yeah, we already saw that. Okay. And said, I agree Shakur is a way better fighter, but Cruz got that puncher's chance. He definitely has a puncher's chance. Definitely. I'm not taking that away from Cruz. I'm not saying Cruz is just something to play with. You know what I mean? He still got to go in and make that serious. He still got a box. I would think Cruz wouldn't want that fight either. And I wouldn't take that fight if I was Cruz. Me personally, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Said Pitbull wanted Haney. Yeah, he might have. He might want Haney, but he can't. Yeah, he couldn't have got it. Because you don't think about it, you're gonna get undisputed for that. You know what I'm saying? You taking a chance at undisputed, he will probably never get that chance again. Why wouldn't he want Shakur? The reason why he wouldn't want Shakur is because it's a title eliminator, and if he loses Shakur, he gonna fall further down, and they still building him up. You gotta think he got beat by Tank. He's doing good after that other loss, and it's building up his profile. So he's gonna be making more money. So let's say Cruz goes and fights somebody else for a vacant belt, and he gets that belt. The next time he fights, he has a belt, quote unquote, and then he fights somebody else. His stock has went up. He's going to make a lot more money because right now Cruz is getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people believing in Cruz. His fan base is growing pretty fast. And you don't want to take him in there with somebody like Stevenson where the juice is not really worth the squeeze as much. Even though he'll get a title eliminator, he maybe get to fight Devin. But what if Devin moves up and vacates those? Let's say he beats Loma, he vacates those belts. Then the belts, it's a lot more risk than it is reward on that. That's the Matador and the Bull. Yeah, it sure is. Said Cruz should fight Keyshawn Davis or something. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Keyshawn can fight. Like Frank Martin can too. Keyshawn Davis, yeah, that'd be a good fight. But he's making a good name for himself. It would be nice if Cruz fought Rolly. Because at the end of the day, Rolly talks so much trash, man. He talks so much trash. And just him doing that John Booth, thanks for the $5, man. Appreciate it. Uh-oh, the wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Appreciate the $5 in there, man. Appreciate it, John. Appreciate that. All right, man. See you, John, man. Catch you up, man. We'll be back on this thing Monday, man. Definitely, man. Hopefully you roll up in the camp. Man, enjoy your night. We know it's a Saturday, Friday night and you got to go make waves, man. Have fun for us, man. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Said it makes perfect sense. Bud need to just shut up and he keep making it worse. Yeah. Seven Big Cheese said, I think he should take that chance. Mexico wouldn't care if he loses. It's how he loses. We will still praise him. He's a badass and we like boxers. Yep. I agree with that. Listen. But what we're saying is some of the mainstream people, you know what I mean? He's getting into with his power, him hitting like he does and knocking stuff out. He's kind of going the same route as Tank is, where it doesn't matter what demographic you are, they falling for him. They like him. You know what I mean? John said, bro, Bud needs a mental check. Seriously. Yeah, he's still blaming Spence. He's still going off. Said Rolly needs a real trainer. Rolly actually did pretty good towards Tank. I thought he was going to come in there and just swinging away at the fences, what I thought. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, I thought that was a good fight for Cruz. He would get another knockout and shut his mouth. Yeah, Rolly is not interested in Pitbull. I probably agree with that. Rolly got that money off Tank, and I think Rolly wants another big time fight like that. You know what I mean? I'm old. I'm getting sleepy. Oh, okay, cool, man. We understand that. Peace. He said, peace, John. Yeah, we see you, John, man. Yeah, but listen, those be some good fights, man. That's a good fight. I would like to see that though. But like I said about Cruz, yeah, Cruz is, man. I'm telling you, man, he's getting a lot of love, dude. That knockout he had last time, man, it was a good. Listen, that's marketability, man. That's gonna raise that up. Think about it. Let's say he knocks out another guy and gets a belt. Then you can argue the fact, hey, Tank, fight him again. You know what I'm saying? You can argue that fact. They could probably sell that fight again. You never know. Do I think Cruz could handle a good shot from Rolly? I don't know. I haven't seen Cruz take a hit yet. Haven't seen him really get hit. I haven't, because Tank didn't get him good. Tank hand was hurt by that time towards the 6th round. That last fight, he knocked dude out. So I haven't seen him test it. Rolly can hit. But the problem with Rolly is a dirty fighter. Rolly is going to be in there roughing him up. And he's a little guy at that. Rolly is going to try to rough him up. And Rolly actually surprised me with his skills when he fought Tank. Just a hair. It wasn't a lot. I just thought Rolly was going to go in there and be throwing elbows and just doing wild stuff. That's what I thought. But he actually tried to fight Tank. But then once he tried to box him, but that inexperience caught him. Tank set him up. What's up, T-Word? Yeah, Tank finally caught him. When Rolly came in, he set him up, hit him, and Rolly ran into that punch, because that's what, when you don't have a lot of experience, that's what you do. So Tank set Rolly up. But up until that point, I thought Rolly was doing pretty good, but Rolly started getting a little careless, trying to run in, and Tank was just letting him get confident. And what Tank said? Tank said, Tank said he respected Rolly's punching a little bit. He's before the fight. He said because he's got a puncher's chance. And he said another thing is Rolly believes he can win. That's a scary situation when you got a fighter that goes in there like Rolly and he's convinced that he'll win and he's got a little bit of power. I mean, he believes it. You got to be cautious with that. Tank did the right thing. Tank didn't take that Rolly punch either. He said, I'm going to keep it real. Cruz said Tank hits hard with his left hand, but he said he was ready for that. But Tank hits hard. Yeah, Tank does hit hard, but it would have been different if he caught him with one of them good rights, one of the ones he really put you to sleep with. Oh yeah, Tank said that. He hit hard right after the fight. Yeah, yeah. All them, to be honest, man, to see them little dudes like that with that kind of power, it's surprising. Tank, Pitbull Cruz, you know what I mean? And Rolly got a little bit of power. So, but Rolly is the special needs kid of that. You know what I mean? Rolly acts crazier than what he is, though, man. The dude is actually not as silly as he is, man. I mean, he's a silly dude, but so. But I would like to see that hell. But I tell you what, man, and y'all might get mad at me, dude, but I really want to see some of these off fights. I want to see the main fights, but I want to see some off fights though. I would like to see Rolly, Blair Cobbs, or Blair Cobbs versus Adrian Broner. I want to see some fights like that too, man. I want to see some of those fights. You know what I mean? Some of them fights that it ain't a title fight, but it'll be a damn good fight. They gonna talk shit in the press conference and they gonna go in there and try to back it up. That's what I want to see. I want to see some of that on the undercard. I would really like to see that. What y'all think about that? Would y'all like to see that? See that really? I mean, really see that on the undercard? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He is. He a fool, man. He said I want to see clowns fight on the undercard. On the undercard. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Blair Cobbs, I mean, he sells some stuff. You know what I mean? I just like to see it. You know what I mean? As an undercard attraction. You know what I mean? So, and those guys are still in the mix, trying to be in the mix anyway. So it ain't like they YouTubers. You know what I mean? So I like to see that. Because I do know one thing, Rolly will try to go in and knock you out. He's not going to go in there and lay down. You got to lay Rolly down. Blair Cobbs he's not going to go lay down either. You know what I'm saying? And that to me would be a good fight. Blair Cobbs and Rolly. Because both of them don't really have a lot of skill. They don't. Blair Cobbs is not a good skillful fighter, man. He just ain't. He ain't. He talks trash, but he ain't a skillful fighter. Blair Cobbs ain't. But I would like to see that. And Blair acting like he wants Spence or Bud, that would be murder. Then he said he wanted to fight Boots. He said, yeah, Rolly and Broner would be a fun promo. Listen, it will sell some damn tickets. And you could get them pretty reasonable right about now. Yeah, boxing used to be on there you remember when PVC started making all them fights that was on TV and it was helping a lot of fighters out. That's what actually got a lot of stuff jump starting going. You want to see Ryan versus Cruz? That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. That would be a good fight. That would be a really good fight. To be honest, I was just really thinking about that in my head. That'd be a good fight. But who y'all give that to? Who y'all give Ryan versus Cruz to? I give it to Ryan. Blair versus David Avenesian. Yeah. Hey, T. Hey, that's exactly where it was. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it was. Yeah, Earl and Tank start on Spike PBC cards. Yep. And you remember they start having that stuff on regular TV, and that built their fan base up really good. You know what I mean? Oh, C. Dewberry said he got Cruz against Ryan. I got Ryan. Said Ryan don't want it. Ryan don't want it. Y'all don't think Ryan wants it? Cruz can fight. Cruz can fight. But Ryan can fight too, man. Ryan can fight, dude. Ryan can fight. Ryan's defense is a little suspect. You know what I mean? With them amateur stuff. Ryan keeps his chin up and he backs straight back sometimes. You know what I mean? You got Cruz knocking Ryan out. Woo! I got Ryan, man. I got Ryan. I don't know if Cruz can handle them that speed, man. And Ryan cracks. Dude. Ryan cracks. If Ryan works that jab, yeah, I got Ryan in that fight, man. Yeah, I love it. Spence on free TV was dope. PBC and Fox Saturday evenings in prime time. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. But that's what built them all the way up. You remember? Because they was fighting them dudes and you was tuning in. Everybody was tuning in watching it. It was good, man. He said, I agree with Chris. What did Chris? Let me go back and make sure Chris Trigger. I got Cruz knocking Ryan out. Okay. So y'all agree Cruz will knock Ryan out. Okay. Hey, I can't say y'all wrong. I just think Ryan might take him. Ryan would beat Cruz and has range to keep him off. I agree. CT, that's what I'm saying. Listen, you can run it around if you want, but Ryan can knock you out. Ryan got them quick jabs and that, man, and Ryan got a little bit of footwork too. Ryan got some footwork. But the only problem is he makes rookie mistakes. But this is the thing. If Cruz catches him like he got caught in that other fight, he might not get up off of that. He might not. He said that overhand with that chin sticking up in the air, he going to sleep. Hey, I can't say he won't. Listen, I can't say he won't, man. I can't say that's a definite because Ryan makes silly mistakes, but I got to put my stuff on Ryan. I got to go with Ryan, man. I got to stand on my square with Ryan with that one. Ryan is fast, man. Those hands are fast. And when Ryan zero in and try to get you out, oh, he's getting you out of there. You know what I'm saying? He said, what would it take for someone to drop Cruz? I don't think he's been dropped. No, I don't think he's been dropped. But like I said, I ain't heard nobody talk about him being dropped. But the first fight I saw him in was Tank. I wouldn't follow him all the way up into the Tank spot. And then once he fought Tank and then he turned right around and knocked that other dude out, I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. Showbone question. Who has Ryan beat? Oh, here you go. Here y'all go. Here y'all go, man. Ryan is undefeated, man. Okay, if that's the case, who has Cruz beat? Who has Cruz beat? There you go. Ryan's got a better resume than Cruz without a loss. How about that? Hey, they hit me with that. Hey, they caught me with that. That's a low blow, man. Hey, you got to keep your punches up on that one, C. Dewberry. Yeah, man, you got to keep your punches up on that one, man. Said Gamboa. yeah, Gamboa. Hey, if Crawford can say he beat Gamboa and it's gonna get him to the Hall of Fame, yeah. I know you see Dewberry. I like that though. That was a good one though. He said, who has he beat? Yeah, you're right. Hey, to be honest, dude, this is the real truth, man. None of them dudes at 135 them beat any damn body, really, man. They really haven't, man. I know we like them dudes, man, and they all got potential, man, but none of them have fought each other yet. Can you believe that? The only two that fought was T.O. and Lomachenko. Them the only two that fought. But if Tank and Ryan make this fight, that's gonna be a good fight. Who y'all got in that fight? If Tank fights Ryan, who y'all pick on there? And do y'all think the fight is gonna happen? Because they said that Tank said he still wants that fight, but where are they at in the negotiation? We already seen his ass get laid down. Yeah. But hey, Dewberry, but he got up. He got up and put dude right out. I mean, he didn't back down. And that's what I was like, yeah, Ryan coming along with it, man. He said Cruz ain't got the resume for that convo. He only has the profile since going the distance with Tank. I agree with that. And he beat Gamboa, but, hey. He said, everybody get a crack at Gamboa, man. That's the craziest gatekeeper. But this is what's crazy with that. Imagine the person that's going to keep trying to go in there and beat Gamboa, and he end up putting somebody to sleep. Listen, if you're a young dude and you think you can go out there and keep using Gamboa as a door, listen, a broke clock is right twice a day. Somebody's going to catch your ass whooping from Gamboa for trying it. He going to have a flash from the past, and he going to knock somebody out, man. Chris Trucker said Gamboa is undisputed, pound for pound, undisputed gatekeeper champion of the world. He sure is. He said Tank winning. He said Kambosos got a good resume. It's just got 2 losses on it. Yep. He said, I got Tank over Ryan. Y'all got Tank over Ryan? Yeah, Gamboa. Hey, said he beat Gamboa. That's a good one, man. Gamboa is a big gatekeeper, man. But listen, somebody's going to get their butt whipped by Gamboa, man. It's going to happen. The odds is going to be in Gamboa's favor. He can't just keep losing, man. He's going to catch somebody. Whoever he catches, their career is over. Hey, you know who better be glad they didn't fight him? Was Chris Colbert. He better be glad he didn't fight Gamboa, man. Because he could have messed around and lost to Gamboa and wouldn't be coming back. He's somewhere be somewhere sick. Yeah, Gamboa gonna catch a prospect slipping. Yeah, because they're gonna keep thinking he's soft. Oh man, everybody knocking him out. Okay, all right. One of these days he gonna go in and train. You have a flashback. You know how so the old fighters they get that flash back of way they used to be. Coming there polished up for about 2 rounds and put you down, man. Yeah, hey, yeah, Gamboa taking them losses, man. Gamboa definitely taking them losses. Oh, say Colbert let you down. All about when he took the loss or not fighting what's name coming up? Frank Martin. Which one? Said Gamboa going to F someone up. yeah, Gamboa is. Somebody gonna rush in there thinking, oh yeah, we got Gamboa, and guess what? Their whole career gonna be about down the drain. Because they're gonna be hurt mentally. Not only do you get beaten, everybody gonna be laughing because he was a gatekeeper, but you're gonna be hurt mentally. He said, I talked Colbert up to my pops, and then we watched Colbert quit. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Right here. Shots fired at Chris Colbert. Hey, I'm with you on that, man. That dude quit. That dude quit, man. He quit in that ring, man. When he said he got dog, he didn't have no dog. He didn't have no dog in him unless he was talking. Man, I seen poodles with more bite and bark. Then he laid down on that, man. He wasn't even trying to win. C. Dewberry said, man, Gamboa, 56 years old. Yeah, he's 56 years old. He might be 75. Yeah, he ran for about 5 rounds, dude. He didn't have nothing else there. He didn't have no ring savvy in him. It was like, okay, I can't get this dude out. This dude ain't falling for my purple green hair bull crap. And I got to get out here and really show what I can do. He didn't know. Yeah, Chris Trucker said, I feel sorry for Gamboa. Shake my head. Them young guys be whipping that man hind parts. Yeah, he's a shit zoo. Yeah, that dude ain't got no dog in him, man. He showed it. That fight right there showed he didn't have no dog. Now, if he comes up with some dog somewhere else, he didn't have it on there. And his trainer said he wasn't ready for this Frank Martin, right? So, it's messed up. He said, I give it to Gamboa. He has fought everyone, but he ain't tripping. Yep. Hey, I'm telling you. Yeah, he done fought everybody. Like Adrian Broner and Sean Porter, they fought everybody. Them dudes got some of the best resumes in boxing right now. That's with all the active fighters. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter done fought everybody, dude. You know what I mean? And to be honest, Sean Porter lost. Listen, that hurts me to my heart when I see Sean Porter had a good career. I lost so much respect for them throwing in that towel with Bud. Funny, man. Not after that warrior status that Sean Porter had. You know what I'm saying? Bud might not have knocked him out, But I lost a little bit off of them, man. He getting that Skrilla. He said, that's how I knew he wasn't fighting Frank Martin. Frank Martin really like that. Yeah, Frank Martin is really like that. He really is. Oh, Ugas, yeah, took on all comers too. Yeah, Ugas did. But that's why I don't get some of these fighters out here keep talking about how good their resume is, but when it's time to show and can prove, they're not doing it. They're not doing it, man. Said it looked like Porter took a dive. I agree. Porter took a dive. Kenny Porter made his boy take a dive, man. Because Sean was doing good, but he wasn't doing great like the regular Sean Porter. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be all over Terrence Crawford in first couple of rounds like a cheap suit. He knew Bud starts slow. And he wasn't ready. Health before the sport. Yeah, I definitely say health before the sport, but he wasn't hurt enough. If you talking about Sean Porter, he wasn't hurt enough, man. He said, I still believe Sean beat Thurman. I watched the fight many times. I don't know. It was a good fight. I kind of give it to Thurman on that one. I kind of give it to Thurman. I'm okay with that. It was close. But I kind of still gave a little bit of tipping point to Thurman. But I did give him beating over Danny. Danny thinks he beat Sean Porter, but he didn't beat Sean Porter. Danny didn't even do enough. Porter wasn't right that night, so Kenny pulled the plug. Yeah, but at the end of the day, right or not, you let that dude go on out. You know what I'm saying? It's y'all was gonna be your last fight anyway. Don't throw in the towel and make that dude look like he got stopped because nobody's ever stopped Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Said Sean didn't train right. I mean, I believe it. Sean was doing Porter podcast. Yeah, you say you gave the Thurman as well. Yeah, I did. I did too. You said you want to see Rolly versus Bronner. Yeah. League of Legacies. Yeah. I definitely want to see that too. I do. I don't care if it's Rolly versus Bronner or Rolly versus Blair Cobbs. I like seeing him fight Blair Cobbs. So it's a good fight when you drunk. Yeah, it's definitely a good fight. Man, hopefully they go and make these fights, get these fights on out the way, man. Because it's like this right now where we are, man. It seems like they're trying to make some moves. They're trying to put some stuff in writing, trying to get some stuff out there. But I hope it goes down, man. I hope it goes down. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that that Loma and Devin Haney fight might not get made. I just don't know if Loma ready for that, man. I don't know. I'm thinking Loma might try to get out of that. So we might, I don't know. But if he fights Loma or fights Shakur, I'm okay with that. Now that we know Cruz might not fight Shakur, I don't know. We don't know that yet. So we can't speak that. We just got to find out. And I'm here for it. I can't wait to see it. But y'all was saying that Cruz beat Ryan. I'm still not resting right with that. When that fight, if that fight happens, well, you know what? Let me think. Because if Ryan fights Tank, I'd have to call it after that. But as of right now, today, I think Ryan beats Cruz. I would put a little bit of money on that one. I put a little friendly bet on that one. But if he fights Tank and Tank beats him, knocks him out, then mentally he might be a little messed up. So I don't know what he would do right after that. I don't know how Ryan's mentals are. Said they might surprise us with Tank versus Ryan. They might. Loma Haney contract talk should be going on right now. They said it is. They say it's going on. But, he said, I was thinking about the question you asked tonight. I think Tank Davis is pound for pound, him being the same size as anybody who's beating him. Okay. Yeah, they might surprise us with Tank and Ryan. They might. And Loma Haney, this is it. All I'm saying is I think they keeping Shakur kind of a little free for that. But I want to get that out the way before I start talking about what Dewberry is saying. So, Dewberry, you think Tank is pound for pound. If he's the same size as anybody, you don't see nobody beating him. Let me think. So do you think you don't think somebody like Jamel Charlo could beat him? Or Earl Spence? Or Boots? If Boots was his same size? I think Boots would beat him. I put money on Earl. I think Earl would beat him. Loma can't beat Shakur or Tank, so he might as well fight Devin for the belts. Yeah, you're right. He might as well. Tank has plenty of flaws. On Christmas, RVST. He can box, he can punch, good reflexes, good defense. He can, but this is the thing. He makes a lot of rookie mistakes too. That's why Floyd stays on him. Floyd helps him make adjustments outside the ring. So with those other guys on there, they'll be hearing what Floyd say, and they know how to switch up. They know how to switch up and counteract what he's doing because he's a good fighter, but he goes in there like with that Gamboa fight. When he fought Gamboa, I went to Atlanta and watched that fight. I was there live watching him fight Gamboa, and he did okay, but he's got another gear in him. He definitely does, but I think he makes C. Dewberry. I think he makes a little bit of mistakes that people like Earl and Charlo can capitalize on. You know what I'm saying? I think he makes more mistakes than them because all fighters make mistakes, but I think he makes more mistakes than them. You know what I'm saying? Because those fighters ain't gonna go in there and let you just use your power to get them. They're gonna box you. They're gonna box you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big Cheesy. Yeah, Boots is a monster, man. Is a savage. Yeah, he is. But like we said, he needs to go get a big fight and show it. But I don't think Tank, if Tank was his size, Tank could beat him. He said, but Mill has a great reflexes, great power. Spence has great footwork, great IQ. Yeah, they all do. And that both of those guys can punch too. Now he might be able to punch a little harder if he was their size, but I think those guys can take it. He said, I think Boots is that guy. He just got to prove it. I agree with you on that, C. Dewberry. I think Boots is, to me, Boots, if they give Boots a chance, well, when they finally give him a chance, he's going to be the Roy Jones Jr. of this era. That's why I say him trying to get away from Floyd is madness. He still has a lot to learn. Listen, League of Legacies, you are absolutely right. He needs to stay with Floyd. Floyd is always coaching that dude. I mean, you see him in there, said showboating, stay selling with the real, bro. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Floyd goes in there. He keeps him out of trouble outside the ring, for one thing. He helps him. Then inside the ring, he's working with Floyd all the time. He's getting smarter and smarter. He really is. But he makes a whole lot of mistakes that they can capitalize on. He said, as of today, pound for pound, Tank beats Boots. You think so? I don't think pound for pound he beats Boots. No, I don't think so. I think with Boots and Boots with that jab and Boots working that ring and Boots got power too. So and Boots got long arms. You know what I'm saying? So you go in there and you get that power that can lay you down. And once Tank feels that power, it's going to change the whole ball game. He said Tank takes unnecessary damage and has been behind on the scorecards his last 3 fights. Yeah, without fighters that's not as talented as Boots. Shakur Stevenson, Tank might get away with some stuff because Shakur's got power, but he didn't have that Boots power. Boots got enough power. He's laying you out. You going to sleep with Boots. He said, I don't even think that's even close. Because Boots can change just like Crawford. Boots fight any hand. You know what I'm saying? He can fight up, switch stance, and make that very difficult for Tank. Tank is explosive. So is Boots. You know, and they got that power to put you to sleep. So put it this way. Let's say Tank start making mistakes and they switch up on him. They go southpaw. Tank start having problems with that, not having problems with that, they switch. But they go southpaw with Tank. I think that's what hurt Tank. They go southpaw and have a long jab. Tank gonna have a hard time, man. Said Boots make more mistakes than Tank. I've seen him in his past fights, like before her recently. Boots has polished up pretty good. Tank was arguably behind versus the Rolly fight. Yeah, but I think Tank was just really letting Rolly hang himself. That's what I think. I think Tank was playing it cautious, hoping let Rolly get a little tired, because he thought Rolly was going to come out the first 2 rounds trying to knock him out. And he said I was surprised. So he was letting Rolly trying to figure and let Rolly see what Rolly was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he caught Rolly. He let Rolly make that mistake. He actually just set Rolly up. You know what I'm saying? He said Tank Davis sleeps people. Oh, he definitely sleeps people. Tank has that. Tank hits hard for his size, man. He said, after what? He said, if all things equal, Tank starts slow versus Bud, Mel, or Earl, he ain't KOing those dudes. He's getting battered. Yeah. Or with Spence. Because by the time he decides he wants to go ahead and get ready, his body beat up. They're going to take something out of him. Boots is aggressive in both stances. Oh, he is. Boots is man, he is even in both hands. If he's the same size, I beg to differ. If they're the same size, in the same weight category, because no matter what one he be in, Tank will be a little shorter. It would be like Tank It would be almost like Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, but with a little bit more, a little less power. Where I say Tank got a little less power than Mike, um, just a hair, and you got somebody like Lennox Lewis can work a damn jab. That's gonna be devastating. Said he got dropped. Glad to be back, y'all. Showboating. Personally, I don't have Boots beating Earl or Keith. Love Tank. You don't think I think, let me tell you this. I don't know that he beats Spence right now. I give it to Spence. I put Spence to beat Boots right now today. But I don't put Keith beating Boots. Yeah, I like Tank too, man. Tank is my boy. When I talk about those fighters at 135, I can't say that I like one a lot over the other one because I like them all for different reasons. I think Shakur Stevenson is probably more polished than all of them. I think Devin is a really good rounded fighter, close right there with Shakur Stevenson. I think Tank has a lot of good skills. People underrate him. Tank has way more power than everybody else at 135. Ryan is fast. He got some skills. They all got some stuff that you see they're young about. And the bad thing about it is we can't really see what they all have to offer because they haven't fought. I had to say what C. Dewberry said. Whoever they beat. Yeah, I think Tank hits like a 154 pounder. I'd say that. Yeah, he done knock down some welterweights. He done hurt some welterweights. What do you think happens if Mike fought Lennox in his prime? I give it to Mike. I give Mike in his prime because when Mike was in his prime, Lennox was good, but I think Mike would have beat him because that's when back when he fought Oliver McCall, when he fought what's name in the ring, and he was having a breakdown and he couldn't get him out. Said Tank can bang, but it's more impressive versus smaller fighters. If Tank, Mel, Spence, Boots, Bud, Keith, and all at 147, Tank going 2 and 3 at best. I agree with that. I give it to him. People keep questioning Boots' defense, but he does take that many punches. Plus, he's never lost one round as a pro. He doesn't take that many punches. Yeah, he takes some, but you're right. The dude hasn't lost a round. What's up, D-Ray? Appreciate you rolling up in, man. We talking about the 135ers. We talking about the one, you know what I mean, who can beat who. Everybody's talking about Tank. C. Dewberry said he thinks Tank is pound for pound. Really, he doesn't see nobody beating Tank pound for pound. And I said I don't think that Tank would beat Boots. I don't think he would beat Spence. I don't think he would beat Jermell Charlo or Bud. I don't think he beats Bud if him and Bud was the same size. He's facing tailor-made opponents, and Boots' interior defense is lacking. One thing I can say about Boots is when he is on the inside, he take a hit to give a hit. But he knows he can do it with those dudes after he feels that power. I don't think that Boots would be that careless if he was fighting somebody like Jermell Charlo or somebody like Spence. I don't think he would be that careless. Not saying he would beat those guys. I'm just saying I don't think he'd be that careless. I think once he feels the power of these guys, he goes, okay, I'm gonna catch him. Even though I take this punch, I know my punch will stop him. So when he gets to that part, he stops him. Boots hits, man. Boots hits. And coming out of those gyms in the sparring, man, so many people talk highly of Boots. Hey, yeah, AAR. Yeah. Boots is a boogeyman in Philly. Yeah. At 147. Too much smoke. Yeah. Everybody that spars with that dude up there, they say Boots is the real deal. And I know sparring and boxing is a little, and being in the ring is a little different. But, you know, I know it is. I know it's a little different. But guess what? Appreciate you, Clint Eastwood. Feel the power might be too late. Yeah, but you know when you go in there and you start, C. Dewberry on the 20, man. Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. Thanks, C. Dewberry, on that 20, man. It helps the channel, man. I totally appreciate you, fam. Totally appreciate you, man. But yeah, T Word, feel the power might be too late. But all boxers when they come in, they don't, you box. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. First few rounds, you're gonna see what they doing. You're gonna see how them jabs coming, how clear they coming, how crisp. You're gonna see, what you can get away with. He said Boots has footwork issues and issues in southpaw with defense. Film don't lie. I agree with you. Your film don't lie. But when you're fighting other fighters, you tend to fight a little different. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I mean by that. It's like when you fight a better fighter, they gonna make you not take some of them stupid chances that you do because they gonna correct you. Let's say you going in there, Spence's jab. Spence jab popping. There's only so much you can do with that. You're not gonna relax. You're gonna stay on your game. You're gonna really try to be on your best behavior in there. When you fight a fighter that's not as good, your mind starts relaxing. You start taking chances. You start thinking and trying to do stuff that you really wouldn't do when you know you're over skilled for that guy. And that's rookie mistakes that they do. But when they start fighting up in competition, they get better. Because the reason why I said that about Boots, said Boots hasn't been a main event yet. Yeah, he haven't. I still say Boots got to prove himself. I'm not giving Boots a pass. I'm not saying Boots is the pound for pound guy, but I give Boots enough to say I think he's going to do good against them guys. But I still pick Spence to beat him. I still pick Spence and Bud to beat Boots right now, today. I do. Got to see Boots in with the best. Give him Thurman, bring on Spence. I don't want Spence running from Thurman. Oh, you don't want Spence running from Thurman? You want to see Spence fight Thurman? Fighting safe isn't his game. So now he's at a disadvantage. I agree with you if he don't. T-Word, I agree with you don't. But relying on Bootsy Ennis and some of those other things that because it's like this. I seen Boots, if y'all guys go back before, I got some older videos that I talked about Boots, and I said, man, Boots is upcoming. Back then, I was like, man, this cat is polished. This before anybody was really talking about Boots. And I watched him, I was like, this cat is good. He's not polished. That's what I meant to say. He's not totally polished, but I see all this stuff in him. Next fight, I start seeing him looking a little better. Next fight, I start seeing him look a little better. I was like, man, he's been making, and as his competition goes up, he's been doing a whole lot better, leaps and bounds. So I'm like, that cat probably got that in him. You know what I mean? He's at Showboating Sports, just discovered the channel. Great content. Boots rolls with a lot on the inside and comes back with that heat. I think he wants to draw a guy into being comfortable so he can counter. Hey, listen, I agree with that. T-Word got some points too, but I just had to disagree with T-Word on that, is that I don't think that he's going and I appreciate you joining the channel, man. Glad for you to come join the circus, man. We call it the circus, man. So I appreciate you. Hopefully you stick around, man. We do this every weeknight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you ain't got nothing to do. Roll up in here, man. The unadulterated truth. Appreciate you again, man. He said on YSM Sports, Boots been boxing since he was 3 to 4 years old or younger, grew up in the gym. Well, Bootsy Ennis has been around a while. His brothers and stuff box. That gym, man, Philly makes some really good fighters, man. Philly fighters, man, they no joke, dude. They are no joke, man. He said, at LT running from Thurman, he tried to fight that guy for 3 years. He said, I appreciate it, will do. Yeah, appreciate you, man. He said, all that's good until he faces a real dog that been in deep waters. But he relies on his athleticism too much when technical boxers can catch him slipping. Good point, fam. Good point. But I still think that this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about all that. I think Boots is a whole lot better than what we seeing. Now, do I think he beats Spence and Crawford right now? I don't. I think I think their experience will beat him right now today at this stage. That's what I believe. But I don't think it'll be an easy victory. I think they'll get him, but I don't think it'll be an easy victory. But I tell you this, whichever one he fights first, if he fights Spence first, he gonna put a hurting on the next dude. It's gonna be even worse for the next dude because he's gonna learn so much in there with one of those good guys that is gonna really bring him all the way out. He needs one of those knockdown, drag out fights. He needs one of those. That's what he needs right now to see just how good he is. But I don't think he's better than Spence and Crawford right now. I don't. He said he might be being petty, but he ain't running from those guys. Yeah, I don't think he's running from Thurman from a scary standpoint, but I do think that I want him to see him fight him though. I want Spence to fight him, even though I'm in my feelings about Keith Thurman, and I wish he would have to fight Bud first. You know, I mean not Bud, but Boots first. He said if you don't see him beating them guys right now, he's only as good as I think. Yeah, well, we're saying the same thing. We saying the same. I just think that he needs more experience. He said, no, Spence has not announced he's going to take that Thurman fight. Yep. He said, Petty is ducking. He said, Spence has 3 Mandos and will take the biggest payday. Yeah. I think, to be honest, I don't know, man. I just want to see him mixed up. But I want Spence to fight Thurman. I do, man. I'm honest with y'all. And y'all know, like I say this every time, I'm upset that Thurman dodged those guys for so long that I wish Thurman would stay on the punishment. You know what I'm saying? And I wish Thurman would have to go through Boots. That's the test I want to see Boots with. Because Thurman has a real body weakness. And I don't think Thurman beats Spence or Bud. I don't. It could happen. It could happen. I still say that's with him and Bud, with them and Bud, I think that Bud and them and Spence versus Thurman, I would give Bud 52-48, Spence 52-48, something like that. I ain't gonna say 50-50 because he done laid off so long. But if Thurman was the old Thurman coming back and we knew that, I would say it's a 50-50 fight. I would. Even though Thurman has a weakness to the body, Thurman's a really good athlete, a really good boxer. He can crack. Thurman can do something to kind of help out with that, you know? Because they're gonna have to come in there and get some. They have to bring it to get it. And Thurman gonna make them pay for it. Thurman will make them boys pay for that. You can't just gonna come in and run in there. Said Mario Barrios hurt him. Yeah, I agree. I agree, C. Dewberry. Listen, I agree. I don't know if that was and Pacquiao hurt him. I don't get it. I don't know how Pacquiao hit him and hurt him, but Sean Porter never did really got him really, really good. Or Danny really got him really good. I don't understand that. I don't know if it's the layoff or what. I don't know. Man, y'all listen, bruh. Bruh. C. Dewberry. Yeah. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. That's why I say I give them the edge on that. That's why I say it ain't 50-50. But now that we see that, you know, and we see he got a little bit of ring rust, I give them a little bit more the edge. But before we knew that he was taking that little hit and running, spitting his mouthpiece out, you know what I'm saying? But what'd he do? Thurman smart. When he got hurt, he got the hell out of there. He didn't try to sit there and bang. So that's a smart fighter. Thurman is smart, man. He's smart. He's not going down easy. That's why I say it's a 50. He still got a puncher's chance. And plus, Thurman is fundamentally sound. He's definitely fundamentally sound. Yeah. Thurman can fight. He can fight. Says C. Dewberry 10-ounce gloves. Yeah, Thurman can fight, man. That cat can fight. I want to see it. Yeah, Thurman can go. Thurman can definitely go, man. For real. I want to see that. But I just wish they go ahead. Man, my thing is this. What do y'all think taking so dang on long for them to announce these fights? What's the problem? What's the hold up now? Thurman looked like he was in the best shape of his life in the Barrios fight, and he still got hurt. Yeah, I agree. Thurman looked like he was in the best shape. I was bragging about that. I was surprised when I saw Thurman going there like that. I was like, yeah. When I saw Thurman go up in there, I was like, oh my goodness, Thurman is back. But I figured the back Thurman should have, maybe there could be ring rust in there too. He'd been out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He been off for a minute, so we'll see. It's time for him to get back in there like right now, immediately. So whoever he's gonna fight, but Thurman's asking for that Spence fight. He's asking for it. So, well, it's either barbecue or mildew with that one. What we say, barbecue or mildew. You've been wanting that fight, and if the WBC order, and if Spence takes that fight, we'll see. I know T Word. Hey, he the one said it. He the one said it first, and I still said I don't think that he fights Thurman. That's what I told T Word. Hey, listen, I still don't think he fights Thurman. I still think he's gonna go a different route. I think he'll fight Stanionis or maybe even Boots, but I don't think he's fighting Thurman. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to see the fight. Says C. Duber, okay. Rusty. Yeah, he was rusty, man. He was rusty. He was rusty. He got hurt a little bit like the time he fought Josecito Lopez. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times you get hurt. It don't matter how many times you get hit. As long as at the end of the day, your hand is the one raised at the end. So, yeah, he got hurt, but it wasn't hurt enough for them to capitalize on him and get him out. He got hit in the body with Pacquiao. He did real good the whole fight, even after that knockdown. He got hit with Mario Barrios, but he kept on fighting. He still won it. Wasn't a problem. He looked good. So at the end of the day, you still got to go in there and stop Keith. You got to stop him. You got to stop him. Because other than that, Keith is going to give you hell the whole fight. And Keith known to win. He's only been beat once. And that was some bull. That was with Pacquiao. Like I said, that knockdown was really Keith stepping back. You know what I'm saying? With Keith stepping back. When Keith stepped back, it looked like Pacquiao stepped on his foot. He fell back. That's what it looked like to me. And then that body shot was just the icing on the cake. So if he didn't have that knockdown, that body shot, if that knockdown didn't happen, I said Keith would have won. Because you had to take away from that. Because that body shot alone, Pacquiao wasn't doing too much. He said, I thought Pat-Man stepped on his foot and with that knockdown. I did too, but they counted it as a knockdown. Even when I went back and watched it there was a 1-2 times I caught it where they had the right angle where you could see Pacquiao's foot stepped on his foot. But then when I saw it from other angles, I couldn't really see it. So I can't really prove that right now. I have to find that right footage, that right angle. But yeah, man, if it wasn't for that, I had Keith win it. Keith would have won that fight. Been close, but Keith would have won it. And with that knockdown, if Keith didn't take that body shot and give up that round to Pacquiao where he ran and spit his mouthpiece out, if he won that round, I think it would have been either a draw or Keith would have won that fight, even with that knockdown. Because that knockdown was, you could have said it was a flash knockdown, but it was he stepped on Keith's foot right along with that punch, so it counts. So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? He said it was a good fight, and I know Top Rank wants Keith. Won't get him better than Bud. Yeah. Yo, Keith is, listen, man. Keith is Keith's own damn fault, man. Keith been dodging people. Keith put himself in this situation. And I'm glad Keith is in this situation begging to get in. You know why? Because it'll stop them other fighters from doing the same shit. And the only reason why Bud still is not in the same boat with Keith Thurman is because Bud is holding that belt hostage. If Bud didn't have that belt, or Bud lost that belt, or moved up, moved down, got stripped or something, didn't have that belt, they wouldn't be fighting Bud either. And not because they scared of Bud. It's because this bullshit stuff that Bud did. I said Thurman's plan was to beat on old man Pacquiao, then step to Spence. Yeah, I believe it. But you know what he would have done? He would have beat Pacquiao, made that money, and then Tom and would have said he need to go get his hand fixed. And he would have dodged Spence. He would have dodged him. He said Keith is a good marketer, but he's on the back nine. He is. He's on that back nine. Yeah, I agree. He's on the outside looking in, and I'm happy about it. Nah, AA, Keith never wanted Earl. Listen, yeah, he would have dodged Earl. He would have dodged him. He just said he wanted him, but he dodged. He just said he had to go get his hand fixed. Oh, exactly. Keith only wants Earl right now because of the big payday. That's the only reason. And he look at like, if I lose to somebody with a belt and with a big payday, it's better than losing to one of these young lions. You know what I'm saying? He said, you're right. He made his own bed thinking the Manny fight was an easy win. Yep, unadulterated truth. You are right. Because you remember this? Keith ass was out there at the he was out gambling the night before. And I think he was drinking like a couple of days before the fight. I know he was out gambling. They showed him in the casinos gambling. They showed that. So Keith wasn't taking it all the way serious. Not saying you can't be gambling, but really, do you really want to be gambling on right before? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You gotta have your head together. The most legendary icons got there by beating each other's ass multiple times. Yeah. And it didn't matter. Listen, it don't matter that you lose. It matters who you lose to. T Hunt, what's up with you, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here, man. We're in here getting busy talking about these fights, Keith Thurman, everybody else under the sun. Yeah. But if you get, listen, if Thurman gets beat by Spence, it's no problem. There's nothing wrong in there. Everybody, a lot of people got beat by Spence. Thurman loses to Bud. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao, the reason why we give him a little bit of a problem is because Pacquiao was old. Keith should have won that fight, man. Keith should have won that fight. Then he goes in there and Ugas just runs through him. That's the sad part. Ugas just destroyed Manny Pacquiao. And Keith should have. That's the problem. Ugas destroyed that dude. Then Spence destroyed Ugas. So like T-Word said, the only thing Keith wants a big payday because he got a chance to win a belt and he's getting a big payday. And if he loses, he's in a no-lose situation. He gets beat by Spence, he didn't lose nothing. He didn't lose nothing. He's right in the same position he's in. He gets beat by Boots, he's down a few more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He don't want to fall that far. He get beat by what's his name? But he would take that fight if they gave him the right amount of money. And Showtime got that money. Showtime's got that money. So I don't know. But I want to know what do y'all think the holdup is? Has anybody heard anything what the holdup is why they haven't announced these fights yet? You know what I'm saying? I wonder why they ain't put that out there. I know Spence said he had a what did he say not too long ago? He said he had a big announcement. He said Manny Pacquiao was training all those months before Spence, not Ugas. I agree. But being a veteran fighter like that, he should have been able to make adjustments. He should have been made. Listen, him losing that bad to Ugas was bad. You know what I'm saying? For a veteran like Manny Pacquiao, he could have been able to make some adjustments. Had it a closer fight than that. That wasn't even a close fight. You know what I'm saying? It was like he didn't have no answers for Ugas. No answers at all. But that's why he said he wanted to come back and fight Ugas, and then he got out of there. But I agree with you. He trained for another fighter. And he said, I think Spence is fighting Manny Pacquiao next. I hope not. I actually hope not. I hope he's not fighting him next. Said didn't change the outcome. That makes more money than Keith. Oh, well, it will, but well, put it this way, he don't want to fight Keith. So it's a little bit about the money, but it's more of I don't want to fight Keith Thurman. Manny was losing to either man. Too slow, not enough power. Yeah, he was losing to Keith too. Yeah, he was losing to Keith too. But he got that knockdown and that one body shot. Don't understand how that happened, but he should have been able to make adjustments when he's fighting Ugas. A veteran fighter can make some adjustments. He couldn't make nothing. It's just like when Canelo was fighting Bivol. He couldn't make adjustments. Wasn't that Bivol was in there roughing him up and went and doing some bullying him. He wasn't bullying him. Yeah, Pacquiao does want to fight Spence. Pacquiao said that he won't dodge like Bud, is what he said. That's what he said. So he definitely wants to get back in the mix. At the end of the day, he didn't make it as president. So what is he going to do right now? He's still a senator. Is he still a senator? Or is he not a senator now that he ran for president and lost? Did he give up? He had to give up his seat, didn't he? So what else does he know? boxing. They said he was trying to fight Floyd in exhibition. So Pacquiao is just looking to get back in the ring. At this point, Pacquiao's career, he's got a few losses, so it don't matter. Pacquiao would love another 10, $20 million payday. He would love it. Said Spence gonna hurt that man. If he fights Pacquiao, oh yeah. Spencer hurt him. Spencer hurt him bad. But at this point, Ugas ran through him. Spence gets nothing out of it. Spence gets nothing out of that fight. Because Pacquiao, everybody look at Pacquiao as he's out of politics, so he don't have nothing left but fighting. Nothing else but fighting. I think what he should do is go in there and rematch Ugas. That's the fight. That's the fight to make. Pacquiao and Ugas. Because Ugas, after that orbital bone broke, he don't need a Jaron Ennis. He needs Pacquiao. Pacquiao's over the hill. Pacquiao can try to revenge his loss, and he can get back by beating Pacquiao again. There you go. Said Pac should fight Floyd. Floyd ain't gonna fight Pacquiao. I don't think he would. Floyd's making too much money because if somehow Pacquiao goes up and wins, and it's just too much to lose. I think Floyd would just go ahead and fight this exhibition people because he's making $10 million for fighting a bunch of nobodies. He gonna keep doing that. What they doing is they using Floyd as advertisement. Floyd comes over there and fights. The whole world looks at it. It advertises. It advertises. You know what I'm saying? He said Ugas might never be the same after a beating like that. I agree, but we need to see what it is. I don't think he needs to go into somebody like Jaron Ennis first. I think that a good fight for Ugas would be Ortiz. Ortiz would be a good fight. Ortiz can hit, but Ortiz defense is a little bit, he takes some punches. So that would be a good fight for Ugas. He said, Ugas will be fine. He's had a good run and won't face another like Spence. Nah, he won't. Because he won't get that Spence fight again. But he could fight somebody like I said, Virgil Ortiz. That'd be all right fight. That'd be a fight for Ugas. That'd be a pretty good fight for Ugas. Virgil Ortiz. What y'all think about that? Ugas versus Virgil Ortiz. That'd be a pretty good fight. That'd be a good solid fight. PBC would let that happen. The unadulterated truth said, yeah, if Ugas fights Boots after the Spence beating, he is asking to have his career shortened for real. He needs to learn from the Kell Brook. Oh, yeah. He don't need Boots. He don't need Boots. He said, no super chat. Got to make it to this content real. Yeah. As you say, stand on it. Ugas, great fighter. Bet. Bud won't get that heat. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm a little bit away from that super chat, man. I'm away, man. You gotta be I gotta be up to 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm kind of close. Man. But I gotta get up over that. So that's why these good gentlemen in here have been donating to the channel, coming through my Cash App. I can't ask for too much more than that, man. They've been representing for a dude, man. He's been making it. So and everybody been in here chopping it up, man. I appreciate all of that, man. But the channel been picking up, man. It's like, man, it's been a lot of people rolling in here and getting it. Yeah, so we getting close, man. We getting close. We're about right there at it. He said Thurman versus Ugas would be a great fight. Yeah, ATL unanimous. What's up with you, fam? Glad you rolled up in here. That would be a great fight. Ugas versus Thurman. Yep, but I'd rather see him fight Ortiz. You know what I mean? I don't think Thurman breaks his orbital bone either. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's good with that. He said Ugas will be fine. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hold on, guys. It's scrolling on me. He said, I thought Ugas beat Sean Porter. I watched that fight several times. What y'all think? I think Ugas beat Sean Porter that night too. And that was a knockdown. He knocked Sean Porter down. And Sean Porter jumped up and when he stood up, he jumped in the air to say his legs and stuff was good. But that was a knockdown. It should have been counted. And if he had counted that knockdown, he'd have won the fight. Sean Porter went in with the wrong game plan. He went there trying to box that dude instead of being all over him like a cheap suit. That's what he should have done. He should have been all over Ugas' ass. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter, I don't understand it with that. He went in there and went toe-to-toe with Spence. He went in there with Keith Thurman. He went in there with that. But he switches up. He's trying to be something he's not. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter takes you straight in there in a grimy fight. That's what Sean Porter does. Is what he needed to do. But for Bud and Ugas, he didn't want to do that. Why? Why is that? For Bud, he was going to lay down. He was already retired with Bud. He was just making some, hey, honey, let's just put up a little nest egg money. Him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So I know Ugas got a few losses, but at 147, he's really only lost one fight, Earl Spence. Yeah. 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 I agree with that. But Earl broke that eye, man. But the thing is, what fighter is he gonna be after that? You know what I'm saying? Like T Word said, he still should be good. There ain't a lot of fighters out there like Spence, but gotta see. We gotta see what he does. Cause he needs to go ahead and fight. But listen, man, he needs to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now that they released him, he got released from the doctor, and they said he can go back and fight. He needs to take I say he takes a tune-up fight. I say he needs a tune-up fight. He said Ugas has been solid, but he certainly isn't top 5 welterweight the last 10 years. I agree with that. I agree with it. Well, I give him top 10, T Word. I give him top 10. I give him top 10. I give him somewhere close to 10. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that's better than him, that Spence, Bud, Thurman. You think Ortiz was better than him? You think Ortiz is better? I don't think Boots is. I mean, I think Boots is definitely better than him. Do I think that? I don't know. Virgil Ortiz and what's name would have been a good one. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Sean Porter is a fullback, but I don't know. I don't know, T Word. I think he still makes top 10. He don't make top 5, but he makes top 10 in my book. You know what I'm saying? He said Porter's effective when he fights like who he is, a fullback whose father got him into boxing. Yeah, and that's how he fights. That's how he fights. Oh, last 10 years. My bad. Forgive me, man. Last 10 years at welterweight. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. My mind's all over the board. Last 10 years at welterweight, I do give him top 10. I do give him top 10 in the last 10 years at welterweight. I do. I do. Because I can't see 10 fighters beating him. I don't see 10 fighters beating Ugas. You think there's more than 10 fighters that beat Ugas? I don't think so. Let's see all the welterweights. Let me go down and do welterweights. Let's get all of them in front of us. We right here at all the welterweights. Okay. I say Earl Spence is better. Terrence Crawford is better. Jerron Ennis is better. Keith Thurman is 4. I don't really see nobody. I mean, who else? Who else? I mean, that's just 4. That's 4. I don't think Mikey Garcia is better than Ugas. I don't see Mikey Garcia. Yeah. Danny Garcia. Yeah, Danny Garcia. My bad. Yeah, Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is better. Danny Garcia is better. You say you got 6. Okay, okay. I give you those, but you still got to come up with 4 more to kick him out of the top 10. You know what I mean? LT, appreciate you, fam. Thank you for that 5 in the cash out. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, LT, man. Man, hey, that helps the channel, man, bruh. I appreciate it, man. I know we ain't in here, we ain't totally monetized yet. So y'all going out of y'all way to, man, to hit me up in my cash app to keep it rolling, man. I appreciate it, fam. I really do. He said Garcia at 153, 154. What 154? He meant 154. Hey, T Word. Okay, I give you those 6. I give you those 6, but I don't see there's another 4 past Ugas. I don't see it's another 4. I don't. Mikey Garcia's not better. Ortiz might not be better. He said Ugas would be top 7. I said 5 in the last 10 years. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I just read it wrong, man. I just read it wrong. I got you. I got what you're saying. But either way it go, man, he's a good fighter, good solid fighter. And but like you said, the point you had is he's not gonna fight somebody like Spence again. There's not too many fighters out there like Spence. So you're right about that. So he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He can get back out there and get in the mix. I don't think he'll ever have another belt. I don't think he'll never get another belt. Not a main belt. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see him beating nobody. Well, yeah. I think that if Spence fights and goes up, I think if Spence fights Bud, let's say he gets undisputed, go up and vacate the belts, that might be the only way if he fights somebody and grab one if all the belts split up. Bud and that, I don't know. Said Ugas gonna be a gatekeeper. I say it's where he is now. He said, I like Ugas, and I doubt he fights Boots. I don't think he should fight Boots, to be honest. I don't. Ugas versus Staniosis or Batavia or Crawley. Yeah. Or Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz. That'd be a good fight. I think Virgil Ortiz would be a good fight for Ugas. I really do. Because Ugas got some skills, man. He got some skills. But Virgil Ortiz got some power. He's back to somebody else with some power. But Virgil Ortiz makes a lot of mistakes. His defense is not the best. He takes some hits. But I don't know if Ugas got enough power to put him away. That's why I say it'd be a good fight. I think Ugas has a little bit more skills than Ortiz, but Ortiz got more power. So I think that would be a nice little showdown. He said, guess Boots. He said, the man needs a comeback. Who needs and that said it. Oh, okay. Ugas. Okay. It was separated. I said Ugas. Okay, yeah. Ugas. They separated on here, man. My bad, man. I've been trying to get it there. When it comes up, it scrolls up so quick, and I try to jump on it. But yeah, he said Ugas, Boots, the man needs a comeback. Yeah. I don't know, man. Boots will stop him. I think Boots stops Ugas. You don't think Boots stop Ugas? I think Ortiz is where he want to be. Oh, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that, man. It happens. Happens to all of us, man. But yeah, man. I just want to see. I like to see what he can do. I would. I like to see what he can do, man. I really would, man. So like I said, man, who do y'all think? What do y'all think the holdup is on these fights? Y'all think it's something that I'm missing? Hey, hold on, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, said Ugas is damaged enough. He said last time we saw a good Kell Brook, Earl Spence. Last time we saw Showtime, Sean Porter, Earl Spence. Last time we saw a good Ugas, I think Earl Spence. Yep. I think we about there. Said Boots, KZOs, Ugas easy. Yep. I agree with that. I say so too. He said, C. Dewberry, Spence is so relentless. He breaks guys down physically and mentally. Yeah, he does. He does. But can somebody else do Ugas like that? I think, I think, I don't think Ugas beats Boots. I think Boots stops him. But I like to see Ortiz in him. But I just want to know what's holding up these fights, man. Why they not announcing these fights? I wonder what's going on. Because at the end of the day, Spence said he had another fight and he was gonna say it, but then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they ain't announcing it, man. I don't know what that is. And do you think Spence fights this year? Do y'all think Spence fights this year or January? Well, beginning of January, y'all think he fights in January? Or you think they'll make him hold out to what's name? Because this is what I'm thinking. If he fights in January, Bud fights in December, he fights in January, then they'll both be on the same clock. I said politics. Yeah, it could be politics. Could be. It could be. Or they could be making it up, got it all together. Not this year. January, you think? You think it'll be January? You think they'll make Spence wait till like February or April? Because I hate for them to work to February, April. Then we're not gonna see that other fight to him and Crawford. And like we were saying, me and T Word was saying last time, is that Bud's mandatory time will be up like around May. So he needs to fight now. Bud needs to fight right about now, man. I mean, not Bud, but Spence needs to fight like right after that. Said, don't be blue, you know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. They behind the scenes cooking a little bit, but they could be lining them up real good. But I don't know, man. I can't wait to see, because it's that time. It's that time. He said we'll have to be a co-main event if it's in January. He said, I think it's going to be 2023, probably February. What the hell happened? Okay. Yeah, he said I think it's gonna be in February due to football, especially if he is fighting in Dallas. Yep. Well, but you know what? They can get on opposite weekend. You see TR top rank in the zone still rolling. Yep, they are. Says Spence / Crawford held up all the Showtime cards. Yep, sure did. Sure did. And all the rest of them rolling. But I guess right now it looks like they're going to start trying to roll them out. Says Spence will fight by February, I think. Man, if he can get it in January, right before the Super Bowl, then it'd be cool because then they'll be on the same thing where they can fight. You know, they're not too far after that. Because Bud be done fought in December, Spence fights in January, then guess what? They back out there again. Then going to just negotiate and fight in April or May. You know what I'm saying? And we already got a lot of main cards in January. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, we do because David Benavidez when they said they projected for that David Benavidez and Plant. When did they say exactly when that's gonna take place? I know they said it's projected what they thought, but like I said, they haven't put it down. Maybe Showtime's getting it all pinned down now, getting everything all pinned down now, and they're gonna roll it all out so that way we can all see them all lined up. Because Showtime's good for that. So that might be what they're doing. They're gonna roll it all the way out, you know. Said not if Bud still would be okay. Y'all don't think that PBC would work with BLK on that? What y'all think? Y'all think if Bud stays with BLK after that, there won't be a fight between them? T-Word said the good news is if Spence / Crawford is booked for May, unification supersedes Amando. Yeah, that's the same thing I was saying. That's what I was saying. What you said the other day, you know, we both was talking about that in May it comes up. And so at the end of the day, they can go and make that fight and come with it. They both get past theirs in January. That way they both be on the same time clock, you know? Because they'll be right there, right beside each other, won't they? They'll be right beside each other. 1 month apart, they on the same schedule. But if you make Spence wait till then you know. Pull counter boxing. What's going on with you, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here, man. We in here just cooking, just in here getting it. Say Caleb, January, Tank January, Charlo, Tim Zoo is in January. So that's a nice little card in January. That's a real nice card in January. That is. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, pull counter boxing rolled up in the camp. We appreciate that, man. Man. Yeah, we in here just cooking. We talking about some of these other ones. LT, appreciate you again, fam. Appreciate you, man. That $5 goes a long way, bruh. It definitely does, man. You know I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. Y'all looking out for your boy, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Spence needs to fight by February 15th to make a May date. Yeah, I agree. I've been listening to you for a while. Oh, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I've been so caught up under all the algorithms, man. They hadn't done your boy's channel too well, man. Been around a long time, but then after a while, I was like, man, you know how I get. When they changed those algorithms up a while back, man, they hurt. But I heard they changed them up again now. So, it's been doing your boy a little bit. We getting you to 1K by the end of this week, bro. Appreciate you, C. Dewberry. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, our channel right here, we need it, man. He said, why would PBC work with BLK Prime after all this? I don't know, man. I think it's business to make that fight. I think they would. Oh, did you? Man, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I need to start finding different channels, man, myself, man. I be on here, I be on so many different channels. Then you like, man, which one? Because I try to find channels like some of us that we all kind of cool with. Because some of these channels you go on, man, they be out in left field, man. And I be like, man, I don't agree with none of this stuff these cats are saying. I'm like, I can't take that. I be like, nah, man, I gotta go do something different, man. Some of these people be talking nonsense, man. They you know what? A lot of these people are groupies, man. They not boxing fans, dude. I've never seen nothing like it. They will support a boxer doing foolishness all day long, man. It can be my favorite fighter, and guess what? I'm not supporting that foolishness, man. He said, why wouldn't PBC make that fight? I think they would. He said, Marlo TV is a fool. I'm going to go check him out. Let me make sure I find that and check it out. The bad thing about it is when we come off of here, all these comments are gone. But I know what I do. I'm just going to take a picture of it. That way I definitely go check that channel out. Definitely go check that channel out. Yeah. That way I make sure I go get that one. Make sure. All right, there we go. Yeah, got it. I'll definitely go check him out, Adam, too. Man, appreciate that, man. I try to speak my truth, man. And I try to be fair about it, man, and just talk about how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep it real. Like I said, if Spence did what Bud did, I'd be all over Spence, man. At the end of the day, man, it's about the sport, man. I like the fighters, but the fighters are only going to be here for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't love their career enough to do the right thing, then what can I say? I can't sit there. I can try to, pull them on a little bit, man. Hold on, let me see what you say. He said, I got to get you on the panel, Showboating Sports. We can cook. Hey, just let me know, man. I know I put it up in here. I put my Instagram. My Instagram. I put up my Instagram. So yeah, I set that up. So just hit me up in there, man. And that way I can get your info and we can talk. Man. I'm definitely with it, man. I love people that want to go in there and debate about it. You know what I'm saying? Love that, man. I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. So I'll definitely come holler at you. He said, what did Bud do? Man, Bud didn't do nothing different today than he's always done. We just saying that, these dudes on here, man, they just, some of these people just, they acting more like groupies than boxing fans. And I don't get it, but, That ain't gonna stop me from saying and doing what I'm saying. Even though Bud will probably want to fight all of us. Y'all heard what Bud said. These YouTubers they don't know nothing about boxing. They hurting the sport. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying it's all our fault. So Bud quick to fight us. Might not fight Spence as fast, but he ready to fight us. Hey, it was what's name here not too long ago, and he was talking about how he was doing them street fights. He said, "Man, I probably could have fought Bud on BLK." Man, dude, that shit was funny as heck. But oh yeah, everybody, yeah, if you guys see the phone line going across the screen up there. Anybody want to call in? Got something to say? They don't feel like typing? Feel free. The phone lines are always open in this camp. So, guys, just let me know. Let me know. Just call on in, man. It's up and going. So anybody want to get in there? He said, yeah. He said, if you like debate, check out Knockout 86. They get down with the geared debates on boxing. Yeah, I'm cool with that. But I just like good, solid channels, man. You know what I mean? It ain't just about the debate, but it's about, just going there having people that you can talk to that's got good common sense, man. Because, man, it seems like these days common sense ain't common. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like to me. And, I get peed off about stuff, man, when they start all this silliness, man. Like this whole situation that went down and had everybody all upset. Yeah, I was upset about that. He said, I love YouTubers. They know what's up. Yeah. Hey, we give it, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, man. Bud should be thankful he got YouTubers because at the end of the day, he doesn't promote. At least bad publicity is still good publicity that he perceives as bad publicity. And it ain't bad publicity. All we do is telling the facts. Here it is. You on the verge of being Hall of Famer. He thinks he's a shoe-in. I don't think Bud is just a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't. I think with his resume with Gamboa and Benavidez and Mean Machine and all them, that ain't enough to get you in there. I don't think it's enough to get you in there. Not first ballot. You beat Spence, you in first ballot Hall of Fame. You 2-time 4-belt era first man to do it, undisputed. And then you go up and challenge Jermell Charlo, win or lose, you first ballot, bruh. You first ballot. And because we want to hold him to a higher standard, he's mad, gonna tell us we hating. I don't get that. I don't get it. So I ain't gonna put up with that foolishness, man. And like I said, all these other fighters, it's time for everybody to start stepping up to the paint. I mean, to it. Devin is stepping up, but we still got to see what the rest of them. It's time for Boots to be tested. It's time for Tank to step up. It's time for everybody to step up. He said, unadulterated truth. He said, exactly. When you got guys that will say anything to justify their favorites' behavior, you lose the integrity of the sport, and the best fights don't get made. I agree with that. And then you know what? If you say something, just stand on it. Just say, I told y'all straight up. I have a problem with Keith Thurman. I'm in my feelings because Keith Thurman ducked everybody, and I wish he'd had to fight Boots. I'm standing on it. But what I say, if Spencer fight him, he can get that fight. I want to see that fight. Y'all heard me say that. My feelings, put that to the side. You know what I'm saying? He said, I actually think Bud is a Hall of Famer. 3 weight classes and undisputed. You got to let him in. Doesn't change him ducking Spence. But yeah, well, I say he eventually might get in, but I don't think he's first ballot because, yeah, he's 3 divisions. But I mean, his resume ain't the best resume though, man. It ain't. But Bud is good. Listen, Bud was my number 1 pound for pound fighter. He really was. The only reason why Bud is not my number 1 pound for pound fighter right now is because of this stunt right here that happened. Because Bud was my number 1 pound for pound fighter. But Spence is my number 1 welterweight. And I picked Spence to beat Bud. 51 to 49%, I gave it to Spence. So I stand on all that. I stand on it. I ain't switching up. Hold on. Here we go.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Showboating Sportsman, you on? Who am I speaking with?
It's Pool Counter Boxing. What's going on, Showboat?
What's up, Pool Counter? Go at it, man. The floor is yours.
Hey, what's going on, man? But just been watching you for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? I love your content, man. Common sense. You know what I'm saying? You're a real boxing fan. That's why I love your stuff.
Appreciate it.
I've been watching you for a minute, bro. Even when you took a break.
Oh,
you know
okay.
What I'm saying? I was like, where you at? Where you at? Yeah, I've been watching you that. I've been on this boxing stuff since 2010.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been on for a while. I just never had a channel. So I used to go and debate on with the general and everything back when it was Lion Den boxing. So I've been around in this space for a minute.
Oh, okay.
But I just never had time to kick it, with people, but I've always been, on the LDDC channels, just the usual circuit.
Yeah.
Because back then it was kind of bad for black people on the net. How people, you know how they used to just call you, especially when they had Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather going at it. So it was just kind of bad. People gonna call you out your name. So just recently, it just got kind of, more civilized.
Right.
So people can, put got their own opinions and stuff out there. So, so I got like mostly everybody I'm subscribed to. We all subscribe to each other.
Cool.
And so I was like, dang, where is Showboat? So I've been trying to get different content creators. I've had Marlo, I've had, most of the content creators come through. Harlan and Cook and everything. So I'm just trying to connect, with all good content creators that kind of, got some common sense, knowledge on boxing. And not a lot of people like really be up on boxing like we do.
Right.
And so it's kind of it's kind of cool to just match notes with other content creators who keep up with it. And I was like, wow, when I came across your channel and you were just like doing your thing, I was like, yeah, that's how I don't even think about the size of my channel or anything like that. I just like talking to other boxing fans. Like I heard you say that one time. You're like, man, I ain't worried about all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You said, I ain't worried about none of that, man. I'm in here talking boxing. I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
All day. I said, this is that dude right there.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. I'm gonna let you in on the secret. This will happen. So I was in there trying to network with people, because when you got that, you put up a video, you ain't got a lot of followers, it don't really go nowhere. And what happened was, you got some of the bigger channels, they all teamed up together. So when they have a topic or they do that, it kind of controls the algorithms, what those guys say, right? And me trying to talk to those guys and stuff like that, actually, I'm not gonna call no names out. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I reached out to a few of them, talked to a few of them, but then they kind of was like, yeah, so I get it. You know what I mean? They had a hard work. And me, I just want to talk boxing, right? So there was I actually have a family member. This is crazy. I got a family member that works at the Mercedes-Benz arena, right? And the owner had a meeting, and the owner was like, hey, if y'all got any really good ideas, let me know. We would like to take it on, right? And I was like, cool. She told me that, right? I said, I got an idea for you. She's like, for real? I said, listen, I have a channel. My channel is small, but I've reached out to some other YouTubers and they got a bigger channel. I think y'all should try to get Spence. It was Spence and somebody back then, right? I said, y'all should try to get the fight. So she suggested it to them. I reached out to a YouTuber. I'm not going to say his name. So he was like, oh, well, who's your family member? I said, I can't really tell who my family member is, really, right? I said, I got a family member who works there. You know what I'm saying? I said, this is what they're asking for. So I told them what they asked for. I said, look, the boxers, we could probably put this thing together, right? So she went back and told them, and they told her they wanted to have a presentation, what's name presentation on it, right? They want her to break it down. I was like, why are they asking for that? Long story short, what happened was, this other channel, he kind of backed out, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, next thing you know, Tank, a year later, came over there to them, and they took it to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. That's when he went down there.
Yeah. I went to Atlanta and watched the fight. But what I'm saying is
Okay.
they took her idea. They took that idea from her because they gave her the runaround in there. They was like, oh, well, you got to do the breakdown. You got to do all this other stuff. And she was like, look, we got this and that. But next thing you know, Tank went down. They hadn't had a fight out there in 20 years. But they didn't have it at the Mercedes-Benz. They had it over there next door. But they all in cahoots. So, but I'm just saying that I was in with another YouTuber and they kind of just pushed it to the side. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say who it was, but some of these guys, they're not trying to play, they're not trying to team up, do nothing with nobody else. That's why I was kind of like, man, these dudes ain't talking.
Yeah, well, people, that's still your idea, it's, those bigger, a lot of the bigger boxing channels, they go to these small, channels to be lazy and steal ideas and stuff because they know we're not vocal about that kind of stuff. I ain't gonna say no names, but we all know there's a very big one that like to steal a lot of people's ideas, especially if you got a unique perspective on something that nobody else is talking about. So we just talking boxing, so they can just come and steal your intellectual property. That's why Champ said, I always say I got to charge you for this intellectual property.
Right. Now somebody trying to beep him, man. Hey, if y'all trying to call in, we already got somebody on. When he comes off, feel free to call in. But keep on cooking, man. Keep on cooking. They can call back. Hello?
Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. You said Terrence Crawford?
I had an interview with Terrence Crawford on the Zone. Man, he is just capping all the time, bro. I mean, every day he just more and more. I think he's trying to promote that David Avenetian fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he's trying to, because you never see Terrence Crawford do this many interviews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, he did that silly IG, you know what I'm saying, where he's trying to throw shade on EJ. And I mean, have you ever seen this where, say a pound for pound number one, supposedly pound for pound number one champion backs out of a fight, around and then fight a lesser opponent and David Avenetian? There's no excuse for it, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
Like it's no way you can, make that make sense, But we live in a day where, people will lie to your face. They'll say things they don't believe. And they'll say things that, it's just a whole nother world we're living in where people don't mind. And so I just like talking boxing where people, tell the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm just ordering something. Let me get a weekend.
Yeah, C. Dewberry. Yeah, man. You know what? The reason why I picked this time right here. Oh, I was just addressing C. Dewberry. I picked this time at night because in the mornings, man, Fanon and some of the bigger channels come on, and I just knew that it's gonna be hard. I figured at night it gave me a little bit more, but I thought about it if I get somebody up. Yeah, whoever's calling in from St. Louis, just give us a second. This brother on here cooking a little bit. So as soon as he's off, man, feel free to call back here in just a second.
Yeah, so here you go. Yeah, so yeah, man. So I just got done cooking him, man. I was like, this dude, he'll be lying. You know what I'm saying? When he, when he talking about Al Heyman lying on EJ, saying, about this $50 million. Why can't you tell the name of the hedge fund? You know what I'm saying? You said he did, but come on, bro.
Right.
Come on. You know it's Daniel Kinahan. Thank you.
Or whoever it is over there.
Know it's Daniel. Right. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do business with Terrence Crawford. He's the worst businessman. He's the worst businessman in boxing history. He done made so many bad business moves. How are you going to come on with somebody talking about $50 million?
Right.
So you got your whole track record. If you're going to do business with somebody who, you can look at their track record and say, man, that man know how to do business. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen to him. But and what makes Terrence Crawford think that the pay-per-view, PBC, is going to lose control of this fight? He think he's going to allow, they think Terrence Crawford they're going to allow Terrence Crawford to come in and bring in a third party, you know what I'm saying, to their situation. EJ is the A side. Right. So why would he go with your deal where he wouldn't be the A side?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So it don't make sense what Terrence Crawford is trying to do. So to me, it seems like he's just trying to say anything, just a smoke screen. You know what I'm saying? Just so he could back up out the fight. Because it don't make no sense.
Well, the thing
PBC got there.
The thing that I think about Crawford, let me tell you what I think about Crawford. Crawford is in his feelings. He's doing stuff off emotions. He's still mad because EJ's getting all this credit. It's like a jealousy thing going on with Crawford, right? And at the end of the day, he knows he's got that belt, and so they got to kind of bow down to him. And he just was waiting on that. And he's just doing some stuff that's just not right. You know what I mean? He is working against his own self-best interest. He don't understand that. He's actually stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you taking this fight with Earl, you're saying you're getting, first you said you're going to get 25 million if you fought Earl. Earl didn't want it. Now you saying you're going to get 10 million. They shaved off $15 million. You telling me you couldn't have took that 10 million? You know what I'm saying? You saying that 10 million, you wouldn't have made that with PBC? And my problem with Terrence Crawford is, it's not that the avenue that he decided to go to, but when you start dragging people through the mud, people like Al Heyman, who everybody looks to and says he's an honest dude, they make a lot of money. That's where the problem starts coming in at. That's where you start making yourself look bad. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts your credibility and it brings your value down. So that's why I say he's stepping over dollars to pick up pennies, man.
That's why Al Heyman told him, you're going to cap yourself with $25 million. You may make more than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, why would you put a cap on yourself? You don't know how much. But see, he's so disenfranchised when it comes to pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? He feels so inadequate about what he can bring to the table. So on the back end, he thinks he's going to end up, EJ is going to get the lion's share on the back end, but he's afraid that it's going to be low pay-per-view numbers because that's what he's used to. Right? So he don't want to gamble. He don't want to go in there and EJ is going to be, the worst fight of his life because he know that guy's coming in there with the real deal. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no green machine. He seen what he did to Ugas. He's from Loma, Ugas. And, he know this dude, he going to be hurt. His ribs going to be hurt. His neck going to be hurt. And so, but he'll do it for $25 million. He'll do it for $30 million. He don't want to do it for nothing less. You know what I'm saying? So he want to make sure he's compensated for what we're about to see, what we will see. And I think, that's the thing. He want to make sure he guaranteed over 25 or 20 million, some big salary to cash on out.
Right.
So they can put the towel. So they could put the towel on his head when he knocked his eyes out. And but I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of listening to him cap because he think he's saying something slick. He think he's saying something smart, but he's being vague and he's being shady.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Being grimy,
vague and shady.
Yeah, like I said last night, I said, how your little kids run around, they act like they disappear, and you act like they disappear. You're like, oh, I can't see you. Bud think we that stupid, man. Come on, Bud. We're not playing that game, man. We know you lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's cheesing and smiling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, at different points in the interview, he's smiling and he's looking weird and stuff. I'm like, bro, come on, you don't do business like you're unprofessional, bro. Nobody don't believe you.
Right.
You're not moving like a champion.
And when they try to pin him down on a few comments, he got a little bit of an attitude. I'm like, how the hell you gonna get an attitude and we all with you? You know what I'm saying? We all with you on this, man. We asking you questions because we holding you to a higher standard, and you're gonna get mad at the people asking you questions. So nobody should ever question Bud, but Bud can question everybody else. Like PBC, I want to see all your books, but don't nobody question me. That's some diva stuff. Bad business. Bud strikes again.
Let's just keep it real. Now we know Bud ain't smart enough to ask about no damn concession control. You know who's behind that. That ain't no Bud. That's somebody got a battery in his back. That's called McKinnon. That's mafia shit. Yeah. To get the control. What fighter asks for control over the concessions?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? See, there's a lot that he's not telling y'all that he asked for, but what he asked for a lot of control. You know what I'm saying? He talking about transparency. Was there any transparency in the hedge fund or who's behind the hedge fund? Exactly. You can go online right now and look up BLK Prime, and you don't know who the hell is at the top of their, at the top of their company.
But he
You know what I'm saying?
quick
That's
to
pushing all
sign
this
with
stuff.
them. You know, this is what I said. Bud went all the way to Dubai to sign with MTK Global. He didn't even know a damn thing about him, right? And then he goes and signs with BLK Prime, but he questions PBC, a reputable company. You know what I'm saying? That's on the up and up.
Right.
And every fighter he knows making a lot of money that's coming through there is okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's all messed up.
And so you don't go deal with Goodwill, you know, over Nike. You know what I'm saying? you know, you just don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that, bro.
Yeah, man. You don't go deal with Goodwill over Nike, man. You really don't, man.
No, bro.
You really don't.
So that's why it don't make sense. It's like, bro, you know you're gonna make millions, but see, you're in the shady world with this dude Kinahan, and so you can get all that big money because they wash your money through there.
Yeah.
You know, so nobody wants to end up in jail after a fight.
Man, but let me tell you something. Bud can play all them damn games he want, but when it comes down to it, man, he messing with some geniuses, man. Al Heyman's done been around the block. He done seen it. And when they start popping off with all these silly-ass questions, these guys know what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with. Let me tell you something. Al Heyman and them done already, they got the dogs out. They already know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? And when you come up with that kind of money and they see the shadiness stuff, he don't understand the government. Everybody's stepping in on this. You know what I'm saying? Because they waiting for Kinahan's crew. You know, and to me, to be honest, I don't know about BLK. I don't know. I just what I heard. But at the end of the day, I know if it's shady money, guess what? The CIA and all the rest of them can confiscate that stuff. And then what you got, you know?
Yeah,
then you sitting around looking like a fool. So that's Bud. But anyway, forget that dude, man. That's how I look at it. He just held up everybody, hurt every boxer's pocket. And I think at the end of the day, all these other boxers should say that they have a problem with him too.
Well, the only problem is, you know, saying this is the best fight at 147. That's the only problem. You know, saying till he got to get fully out the picture. You know, saying before we can move on to some other fights. Who is EJ going to fight next? Is he going to fight Stanionis? Is he going to fight? You know, saying perhaps Boots or Virgil Ortiz? Who he's going to fight next? Is he going to fight Keith Thurman? I wouldn't mind seeing the Keith Thurman fight, even though I was upset with Keith Thurman. For all those years, he messed around, but and you know, but like you said, I put my personal feelings aside because that is a name he needs to have. You know, because he's part of his class. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a part of EJ class, so he needs that name. You know what I'm saying, for his legacy. And I think that would be a good fight for him to win and move on up to 154.
Yeah,
because that's going to come with because you know Jamel got business to handle still at 154. So by the time EJ get up there, he can relinquish one of the belts and have EJ fight for the vacant. You know what I'm saying? Whatever vacant belt that he lets loose, go ahead and fight maybe another fight, let loose that one and let EJ fight for that vacant. You know what I'm saying? And just let it loose like that and just keep it in house with the PBC. I can see that happening because right now there's nothing happening at 160 right now.
Right.
There's nothing popping at 160.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he ain't no rush. Jamel ain't in no rush to go to 160 because them guys ain't fit to fight him.
Right. And Jamal got to move up. Jamal needs to move on up. Jamal needs to go to 168. Jamel needs to go on up to 160 and Spence need to go ahead and make way for 154. So they need to be working on that this coming year.
So you think Caleb Plant gonna be able to deal with David Benavidez?
Nah, I think David Benavidez is gonna get him. But you know what? But you know what? Plant did a lot better this time with the new trainers and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't look to be, you know. So we have to see that one. I have to see what he does.
I mean, but what you think his chances are?
I still say
4 rounds, 5 rounds.
I think Plant might make a little bit more than that because Plant can move a little bit. He gonna move a little bit. I say towards about the 7th, 8th round is you start seeing things change for him. So I put him around 7th, 8th round because you know normally around the 9th, 10th round he gets tired, but when he feels David Benavidez's power, he'll probably get tired a little bit faster. But with this new trainer, they are taking him on a different little route. You know what I'm saying? They did pretty good with Anthony Durrell. They did all right. They did all right with that. He stuck to the game plan and he stopped him. I didn't think he was going to stop Anthony Dirrell. Stop him with that body shot up to the top. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but I think that's because it's Anthony Dirrell. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Dirrell ain't been the same for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He ain't. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the decline for a while. You know, this ain't the same Anthony Dirrell that was, you know, around when Andre Ward, you know what I'm saying, was here and Super Six and all that. You know, they ain't the same Andre Dirrell. You know, he's a little bit past it, I believe. But with David, he's still young and hungry, and he can throw 100 punches around. So, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be running for a minute, and he can run you down. Yeah, he's going to eat some punches, but he's big enough to be a light heavyweight.
He really is.
So he's going to be.
He really is.
Yeah. So he's going to absorb what point. He's not going to be able to do a left to the midsection and a left up top.
Right.
They'll cook up top and get him up out of there. No, David's going to be looking at that and smile. He's going to eat that. You know what I'm saying? He's going to keep on coming, and that's going to be discouraging. And I think he's going to leave him where Canelo left him. There's a reason why Canelo don't want to fight that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That kid is a nightmare. You know, once he start coming towards you, he look like a giant.
And he walks into them shots. He'll walk into your shots just to give a shot. You know what I'm saying? And he knows he has that devastating power too.
Did you see the beatdown he put on David Lemieux? Did you see the hand speed?
It was a good fight.
Looked like David Lemieux was getting hit by 6 people.
And he knocked him right on out.
I was like, wow. I mean, I know David Lemieux was past it too, but I was just impressed by the hand speed and, you know what I'm saying, just the desire, you know what I'm saying, to get the killer instinct, I guess. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez still, you know, hungry, still, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just thought it was just real ugly how Canelo came behind his back after he lost the belt and swooped in and got by the dude. You know what I'm saying? And,
I hated that too. You know, but I think that's the wake-up call that Benavidez did, because that's the second time he pulled that crap. You know what I'm saying? You got to be more professional than that. You know what I'm saying? That was your opportunity. You could have held on that belt and Canelo wouldn't have never been undisputed. You dropped the ball, so you deserve that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of maneuvering, you know what I'm saying, with Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They set that up for Canelo. Canelo did not want him to fight
but you
Demetrius Andrade because he didn't want to face him.
Yeah, but you guys got to know. I mean, you got to know that the WBC is going to do everything that Canelo asked. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo asked, could he fight Caleb Smith for the belt? You know what I'm saying? He asked for that. He asked for who the mandatory is. He asked for that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And they granted it to him, but you knew it was. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as he lost that belt, what did Canelo do? Hey, can I get a shot at that belt? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he had to hurry up and grab that belt as soon as he got vacant. Because if David Benavidez that's the first belt, he went after that belt quick. And once he got it, he knew he was going to dodge him. But then that's when
how many eliminators that kid done fought?
Go ahead, say what now?
How many eliminators Benavidez done fought to fight Canelo?
Yeah, a bunch. You know what I'm saying?
These are eliminators, right?
Right. These are eliminators. But at the end of the day, man, you can't keep being unprofessional and losing your belt on the scales and other silly stuff. You know what I mean? That's the second time he lost that belt without being undefeated. I mean, without being, you know what I mean? With being undefeated.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. But don't you think it should be a rule that you can't keep ducking the interim WBC champion? You can't duck him twice or something? You know, this would be like his third eliminator or something like that.
150% guarantee. I mean, agree with you. But the thing about it is the WBC is looking for money. They paying the WBC off. You know what I'm saying? They paying them off. Because Canelo shouldn't have listen, there shouldn't have never been a damn franchise belt. They made that belt for Canelo and then they gave it to Loma. That was just a made-up belt to get those guys. Now you don't even see the WBC even talking about the franchise belt no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't even push it.
Not until it's somebody not until it's somebody that's a threat to win, to derail the push what did they tip over the apple cart?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To expose not until it's a threat, you know, say, oh, I'm the franchise champion. What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's boxing is kind of crazy right now. You know, look what they doing to your boy Devin. You know what I'm saying? You know, the smear campaign they putting on him. With Paula Malignaggi. Did you see that interview with Paula Malignaggi?
And Roy Jones? And Roy Jones?
Man, no, I ain't talking about the one with Roy Jones. I'm talking about the one he did with Bill Haney.
Oh, well, he's talking about. Now I ain't got to check it out. I only seen parts and pieces of where he told Bill he bet him $100,000, and Bill's like, I accept both of them. Man, like I said last night, Paulie Malignaggi, let's just be honest, man. He's still pissed off because Adrian Broner banged this girl, and he mad with all black people. That's why he say black people don't sell fights. You know what I'm saying? He mad, he got his girls. And I told him, listen, I understand it, man. I had one of my girls that got banged before too, man. It don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be a man about it and get over that shit, you know?
Well, not only that, but, you know, he needs some sensationalism for his podcast.
Oh, he does. But
the
the thing about it is he does, but the problem is he's trying to get that a certain market. You know what I'm saying? He knows what market to go for. You know what I'm saying? It's like what ESPN does to mostly them black fighters. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's trying to stay in because he understands that's what's marketable. It's so many people that love the things he say. So that, oh yeah, listen to what Paulie says. Paulie is right. So it's their voice. It's just that prejudice shit. That's all.
Right. You know, just like Teddy Atlas. Same with Teddy Atlas, you know what I'm saying? He'll come out and say some crazy. He said, do you remember when he said that that now he can see Wilder as a champion because he's more humble because he got beat by Tyson Fury? I was like, this dude here is amazing. This dude is simply amazing, bro.
Man, these fools are saying
you know what I'm saying?
They will. They'll say any damn thing, but they making money. You know what I'm saying? They getting that check.
Right.
So, you know, somebody paying you, you're like, okay, I'm hired to say this. You know what I mean? Regardless where I feel this or not, you know. And some of them deep down inside feel that way shit too. Man, the thing about it is that they learned real quick is that Wilder was a big draw in the heavyweight division. He pumped a lot of life in the heavyweight division. That's why WBC is hoping they can get him back up in there. Because Tyson Fury is just what he does is just silly, man. He just do silly shit. And they can't, at least Wilder fought everybody. They was making money off Wilder 2-3 times. Every time you turn around, Wilder had a fight. They made money. They got their 3%. But they're not right now. Look at it. Look at the heavyweight division. It sucks.
It's dead.
It's dead.
And now that Wilder's back, he done lost and he's still gonna outsell Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to see a knockout. They don't want to see a dude, you know what I'm saying, wrestling and, you know what I'm saying, holding people in the headlocks and all that crap. And, you know, because look at Tyson Fury against Otto Wilder. And what was Tom Swartz? He looked horrible. He didn't look the same fighter.
He wasn't on that cocaine and stuff either. He was on that coke when he fought Wilder. That's how he got his ass back up off that mat.
That's what I'm saying. You see how he was moving against Wilder?
Yeah.
He was sharp, right?
Wasn't tired.
He was with Otto Wilder.
Got his whole face tore off.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. You know, they act like we stupid, bro. They act like we don't watch these fights. You know, they think we just watch the punching and, you know what I'm saying, we don't really analyze this stuff. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. That is not the same Tyson Fury, bro.
It ain't.
You know what I'm saying? He looked like he went tooth and nail with Otto Wilder, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, you know the narrative. You know, they got a statue over there in England, you know, with Tyson Fury over Wilder. So they understand the importance of imagery. You know what I'm saying? And that's so important for the heavyweight champion of the world, you know what I'm saying, to be who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they need, and so they'll do anything, let anything go, you know what I'm saying, to allow that to happen. They understand to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, you don't see Jamel being celebrated as an undisputed champion. That's why that's why they crapping on Devin as an undisputed. But if Lomachenko had undisputed, it'll be, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You know, we saw Teddy Atlas speak to Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford and said that Lomachenko is better than them, even though he got losses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. How can a man come in and have, at that time he had 15, 16 fights,
Right.
2 losses.
15, 16. Yeah, you don't even have 20 fights.
Don't even have 20 fights, man. Listen, all the young guys got way more fights than Lomachenko, but look at his amateur record. Who gives a shit about his amateur record, man? Who cares?
Mm-hmm. All that means is you 24, 5 years old beating up on 17-year-olds.
Yeah, like Miss Finesse said, lost to a journeyman.
Bro, a Salito was no joke.
Okay, C. Dewberry.
You know, that
C. Dewberry's running at her. All right, C. Dewberry, appreciate you, man. Catch you Sunday, 4 p.m. I'll be on that show. I'll be right on there, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Dewberry got a channel?
No. I'm gonna be on another channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, you know, there's just a trip following boxing, you know what I'm saying? These guys ducking each other. They coming up with, you know, different excuses, you know what I'm saying, to dodge and duck, you know, so somebody might be able to beat them. Oscar Valdez got caught up with Shakur. He knew what the deal was. He wanted that fight that he's getting now with Navarrete. And that's the fight he was after when he was trying to duck Shakur Stevenson, but he had to go in there and get beat down, and he made it look easy. And see, that's what these guys are trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid these athletic fighters because they know that's why nobody wants to fight Devin. Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? Tank don't want to get in there and fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? Not that Tank couldn't beat him, but he don't want to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? Of getting beat by Devin or Shakur. Those are dangerous fights for those guys. You know what I'm saying? But Devin don't care about taking that loss. Shakur don't care about taking that loss. It's only the ones that don't want to really dare to be great. And I think Tank has the ability to dare to be great. I mean, I think he has it all there, but he just don't want to put it on the line.
Right.
Even though he has probably the best ability as far as power, I would say. I ain't gonna say boxing IQ, but I would say power. He has that edge that the other ones don't have. You know, and his dimensions, because Shakur, he's a master at range. Devin's not too far behind him. Speed, you know what I'm saying? They're all speedsters. So, you know, those are dangerous fights. And, you know, in the past, we would have saw those fights happening. Right. You know, in this era, we don't see them, and people don't understand. That's why the old heads are just kind of disenchanted with this boxing. We're not feeling it, and we're going to say what we think. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be according to who your favorite fighter is, because we're used to seeing, you know, Duran go in there and fight, you know, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard. We're used to seeing everybody mix it up, win or lose. Even Sugar Ray Leonard took a loss, bro. I mean, that's crazy. Sugar Ray Leonard took a loss. Right. You know what I'm saying? To Duran. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hearns took a loss to Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Marvis Hagler took a loss to Sugar Ray Leonard. So everybody's fighting everybody.
Right.
And that's what we used to see. And no matter what your reputation, no matter what your pay-per-view sells, you know what I'm saying, you got to be able to put it on the line, and that's what makes you great. Not just, you know, not how many sales you make or how many people you duck and strategically, you know what I'm saying, move around so you can grab a belt and make it to the top. You know what I'm saying? That ain't shit.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
And they got so many belts out there. You getting them at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I bought one from Walmart not so long ago. Thought about getting in there. But yeah, man, I'm glad you rolled up in here, man. Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna come on your channel, man. Bro. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt, man. We'll have to chop it up some more, man. Just hit me up. Like I say, I'm on Instagram too.
I will.
Let me see.
Mine is in the description. Mine is in the description if you'll click on it, because if you put it in my you know how it is when you come off at live, all the comments will be gone. I won't have it. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know if I don't know if your phone, if that's your phone or whatever. You can get my number and just text me or something like that. There, I don't know how your thing works. You know what I'm saying? You can just. No. Oh, I don't want to put it on the line.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. But I would say if you put it in, if you just hit me up on the Instagram on that link, just hit that link in the description. And then just go there and just hit me in my what's name, and then we'll link up from there on my Instagram. That way nobody won't hear it.
Oh, no doubt.
Then you have all them women on there stalking you, man.
Oh shit, I don't need that, boy.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, fam.
All right,
We're gonna
Shakur.
chop it up.
Hey, no,
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna
oh,
be
no
on
doubt, man.
AM Sports Media at 4 p.m. on Sunday. That's what
Oh
C.
yeah,
Dubé was talking
I
about.
seen that channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I'm
on there.
I just sub to that channel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get on there and see what's up with them, and we're gonna kick it. So yeah, if y'all can, just make sure y'all tune in. All right, fam.
All right,
All right,
bro.
Later.
All right, peace. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. Appreciate them calling in, man. Yeah, I had 2 other people. Y'all want to call in real quick? Sound off real quick. I'll give y'all a quick little short minute and give you a couple of quick minutes because I know I had 2 callers that was trying to call in. Don't want to cut you out. Feel like you can't get in, and then we'll be signing off real soon here in a minute. Yeah, man. Hey, tonight been a good night, man. We done talked some real good boxing, man. I totally appreciate that, man. It's good when you can talk to some people that make sense, man. Like I said, you don't have to see eye to eye. I ain't worried about nobody agreeing. We always agree or we can't see eye to eye, man. That ain't what it's about. You know what I'm saying? What it's about is everybody talking their truth and ain't on some groupie shit. I get tired of that groupie stuff, man. It's silly, man. Like I said, man, ever since Floyd made $300 million, man, everybody been all on the silliness, man. They have. And then you talk about a boxer. Oh man, you talking about that boxer. Everybody getting their feelings, man. I don't understand. I don't know where all these sensitive people come from, man. I don't get it, man. Where did we start being sensitive? You know what I'm saying? And what's sad is, man, we telling the truth. We ain't even on her talking shit. You know, sometimes you arguing with somebody, and you just talking shit, and y'all stretching the truth. Y'all just sitting there just arguing back and forth, just debating, doing that like guys do. You can't even do that because you tell the truth with these cats, and they all messed up. So you can't see eye to eye. You 6'8". Yeah, man. Listen, man. You could be 5'2", and they couldn't see eye to eye with you with them fools, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the new thing, man. Everybody's up in their feelings, man. Be megastar, what's up? Yeah, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. It's some crazy stuff, man. I don't get it. All right, here we go.
Call from
Fresh Start STL.
to accept, press 1. To send a
Showboating Sports, man.
Let me turn this down right here.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask you that.
Yes, sir.
Who am I speaking with on here, man?
Yeah, showboating. Thank you for having your channel, brother.
Okay. Who am I speaking with?
LT.
Oh, what's up, LT? Come on with it, man. Go on, Cook, man. You've been in the comments. Come on with it.
Yeah, your last caller, awesome. That dude was awesome. I appreciate that coming on your channel.
Right.
And that's what I can listen to. I've been drinking tonight, so what? Who gives a fuck? I hope everybody drinks.
Exactly. Do your thing, bro.
Have some fun. But yeah, I like him. Dude,
he's pull counter boxing. Are you on his channel?
I need to go to him.
Yeah, it's pull counter boxing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I've heard of him, but I never subscribed to his channel.
Okay.
I've heard of him though. Yeah. It's good news that you're out here. But dude, the only reason why I'm listening to your channel and drunk too, but listen, is you don't really go for the bullshit. I hear you, but you need to stand on that because you said I got to stand on what I say. You got to continue to do that because there's some bullshit going on out here, man. I listen to boxing years, and I hear people, and I listen to people, and I also go where people listen to. And where they're listening to is some bullshit these days, dude. I'm about ready to get the fuck out of boxing again, but I'm staying in it because I know some people like you are trying to stay in it too. But damn.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these damn channels in here, man, to really be honest, man, they clickbaiting, clickbaiting. And what they do is they talk about what they think is going to mainstream and help their channel out. And it does build their channel up. It really does, because that hate and all that little silliness and stuff, it builds them up, man. They get subscribers. That's why they do that silly shit.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But, I like Bud. I want to make it clear.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bud Crawford. I think that boy is skilled. I think he got awesome skills.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And as a lightweight coming up to the welterweight, I don't think he just, in common sense, beats Spence. But I don't think he beats Keith Thurman either. Because I don't know if Earl can beat Keith Thurman. I don't know that. I truly don't know that. That's a different fight that I've ever seen that young man in. And I'm trying to figure that out. And I want to see it. It's the fight I've been wanting to see before Crawford. Fuck Crawford. He haven't done. It was Thurman that ducked, but that's the duck. That's the real duck.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Real duck.
Hey, everybody going at you, man. Everybody said, can they get one of them drinks too? It sounds like it's E and J on that camp.
Hey, it's Hennessy. It's Hennessy. But I just hate the fact that Keith Thurman ducked Spence. But we're getting it. And that's the fight I've been wanting to get. I love Crawford, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love that dude. I don't care what they say about him or his choices he made, or the young man is a great boxer. But real Thurman and Spence, that shit needs to go down, because Spence been ducking him ever since Thurman been ducking. It's crazy. And I'm like, dude, I'm this kind of fan that's like, oh, I'm not staying with these motherfuckers because I want to see this fight.
I feel you, man. I want to see the fight too, man. You off the chain, my guy. I like it, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate that, man.
I'm going to leave you alone. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah. Well, make sure you stay part of this circus we got going on, man. And yeah, so all week long, that's how we get down, man.
All right, my brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
All
right, later. Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate everybody that rolled up in here tonight, man. We had a really good night, man. And I'm gonna roll up out of here, man. And like I said, man, you guys catch me on at 4. We're gonna get down at 4. Make sure it's gonna be 4 p.m. Sunday Eastern. I think it's Eastern time. I gotta make sure they're in the right time zone. AM Sports Media. So y'all guys go check out that channel and all that stuff, man. But stole my phone to call Showboat. Yeah, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. Hey, tonight was a good night, man. And I'll be catching up on it. Oh, it's Eastern time? Cool. So T-Word says Eastern time, man. So it's AM Sports Media, Eastern time. Sunday, I'll be on there. And then me and Countertop Pool Counter Boxing will be working some stuff out too. So yeah, y'all look forward to all that. And I'll catch up with you guys later, man. We say what we say. We stand on it. That's straight up, no chaser. So until next time, we out, fam. Peace.